all connected on the YouTube stream. We have got everything corrected.
Lights on.
Crowder is there. Lights are on, Crowder. Lights are on. Now, if we can just get your microphone connected. Yeah, this is amazing. 11 minutes late getting on the air, and he doesn't even have the right microphone connected. So you sat there for 11 minutes and didn't look at the drop down to make sure that all your parts were connected properly?
Lights on, Hoch.
Yeah, lights are on. You have your microphone connected now?
I do.
All right.
Yeti Nano.
I don't think that you do, man. It sounds very echoey. Are you sure you have the microphone connected?
Might have hit that button.
Well, there's only one, and you just hit it, so don't hit it again.
All right.
Mushroom button.
There we go. Now it's connected. So you
Yes,
sat
sir.
there, just out of curiosity, what were you doing for the last 11 minutes as we were doing the show?
I was scrolling. We had the guy last week that we interviewed, and Young Jeezy was the guy. I couldn't tell you his name, but his interview was released, and I was watching some of the clips.
I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, glad that you took advantage of the 11 minutes and made sure your microphone was connected. Just one simple thing. But we were talking about the Heat and the Spurs, and today being National Cheesesteak Day, and we're going to get into all this stuff because I was saying that Victor Wembanyama, you're seeing a man do something that you've never seen before. What I was saying to Solana was, if you were casting a movie and you said, well, the guy can rebound this well, but also he's got handles, you'd go, nah, not believable. The guy can post you up and dunk on you without moving his legs, but also he can hit threes, like turnaround threes back to the rim. You'd go, I don't know if that's believable. And the man just does everything. Like you're just watching something that we have never in our lives. It's 2026. We have never seen a basketball player able to do all the things that he does.
KD is the only other person I could even somewhat compare him to, but KD doesn't play low. KD doesn't go in the paint. He doesn't rebound. He doesn't block shots. He's a big ass guard. Which Wembanyama, he was born in District 9. Have you seen that movie?
No.
It's an alien movie. I need to see his birth certificate. That is ridiculous. Solana was sending us videos.
He really doesn't look human out there.
It's crazy how big and agile he is. And we keep talking about his knees, like Yao Ming, the big guy's knees go bad. He doesn't look like his knees are going to go bad.
And I had the over 26.5 last night, and they pulled him with 26, but he even played more minutes than I thought he was going to play. Like, I was thinking the same thing. Like, is he fragile? Like, and it doesn't seem like he's as fragile as you would think he would be.
I think some of them times he's been injured. Now, actually watching him this year, I think they just hold him out if he has a sprain because they know what the future holds for him. He could probably play through some of them injuries.
I would imagine as well. I would be very careful with him too, because this guy literally can change the NBA. You've got the team that has him. Like, you've got the game changer in the NBA for the next decade if you can keep him healthy.
And I kept hearing your voice last night because I actually got to watch the game on the plane because we had a delay and all. The Heat can beat bad teams. They struggle against good teams.
Well, it's funny because Solana said while we were waiting to get you connected, Solana was like, I felt like I was watching the best team in the NBA. And I said, I felt that way as well, but I take it with a grain of salt because I don't know how good the Heat are. The Heat may not be very good. So if they're not very good, then OKC may look like that as well against the Heat. Detroit may look like, if Cade Cunningham's back, Detroit may look like that as well. So I watched it last night and I said there's no team that can beat San Antonio in a 7-game series, but also I'm judging it based off how the Heat played against them last night, and the Heat just are what they are.
Aren't they like 3-1? I think Wemby talked about it. They're like 3-1 against OKC this year.
Yeah, they beat them 3 times in like 12 days. I believe there's 4 true contenders in the NBA.
Are they all in the West?
4 in the West, maybe 5 with the Celtics in the East. And that's not to disrespect Detroit. If Cade Cunningham's back, outstanding season. And you know, the Knicks deserve a little bit of respect for their season, but they've kind of just meandered their way through the regular season. And I don't know about Cleveland. I don't think anybody in the East is beating whoever comes out of the West. OKC, San Antonio, Denver, and if Luka keeps playing the way he's playing, the Lakers. Boom.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 teams who are going to win the title. Maybe the Celtics. Maybe the Celtics, if all those 4 teams in the West beat each other up and the Celtics just run right through the Eastern Conference and they're healthy, I could see it because Tatum and Brown, those two themselves can elevate that team to beat anybody in the NBA. But yeah, I'm watching this team yesterday. I'm saying they're up 28 points on the Heat at one point. It felt like it was 50. They're up 28 points. And Devin Vassell and Stephon Castle, who are their 2 starting backcourt players, are still beating the Heat to loose balls that they have no business getting to up 30 points. And it just didn't matter. It didn't matter. Their second unit was beating our first unit in the game yesterday. Like, it 2 things can be true. The Spurs are unbelievable. And the Heat yesterday played they played soft in an important game.
Yeah. Solana, and I know we had this argument, and I know Andrew Wiggins is the best defender ever to touch a basketball court.
First thing I did was check the box score for Wiggins rebounds and steals. The first thing
Had a good game.
But
he actually did. He did 2 steals.
Just their young talent. You bring up Vassell and Castle, Vassell and Castle. Their young players, their young stars are better than everybody except Bam. Their all-star is one of the best players in the world. That's the roster construction that we had at one point with the big 3, where we could see a difference. When you come out your mother's womb, you're better at basketball than us.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I'm not disagreeing with you because I saw this yesterday a lot. I saw this take a lot yesterday after the game. The Spurs are what the Heat should do. See, the Heat should tank and look at what it gets you. And look, people are going to suggest that the Heat tank, but the Spurs were bad for a long time. So, yeah, they had a lot of lottery picks. And, yeah, their guys that they took in the top 10 compared to the Heat picking 13 to 20 is going to look different. But also, put Victor Wembanyama next to Pelle Larsson. Put Victor Wembanyama next to Jaime Jaquez Jr., next to Tyler Hero, next to Bam Adebayo, and those guys look like superstars as well.
Well, the main thing, because I was reading a lot of stuff this morning as well, and it's like, yeah, the Heat need to tank like the Spurs, and you're right. But also, you have to get inordinately lucky to get a Victor Wembanyama coming out of the draft, because remember, Atlanta got Richesay the next season.
Yeah.
They had the number 1 overall pick. It is divine intervention that Victor Wembanyama is available when you've got the number 1 overall pick. And sometimes you don't end up with a guy like that. And he's the difference maker.
But Solana, now don't compare Pelle Larsson to Castle or Vassell.
Oh, you're right. I was just using the example.
Anybody around Victor Wembanyama
would look
markedly
those guys,
better.
Crowder, those guys are better. I'm not disagreeing with you. Those guys are better. But look at where they're drafted. They're supposed to be better. They're high lottery picks. Castle, I believe, was Rookie of the Year. Vassell was up there. Like, yeah, they're playing like top 5, top 10 picks. And the Heat have found really good talent at 13, 14 with Hero and Bam. And they found really good talent at 18 with Jaquez and at 20 with Khalil Ware. But those guys, outside of Bam, aren't playing like superstars, aren't playing like top 5 picks because they're not. And that is the argument against what the Heat do, which is make the playoffs every year. And the Spurs, I think it's easy for a lot of people to say, look, they tanked and look how good they are. Okay, but there's context to it. One, they weren't just tanking and were bad. They won 32 games in 2020, 33 games in 2021, 34 games in 2022, 22 games in the last 2 seasons, and 34 last year. That's 6 seasons of being trash.
Right. Terrible. So be prepared. When you say, hey,
exactly.
I want them to tank, be prepared to finally have a winning team in 2032.
And they got extremely lucky with the face of the NBA.
Yeah. By the way, like I said, if their tank goes 1 year differently and their number 1 overall pick ends up being Zachary Richesay, no one gives a bleep about the San Antonio Spurs.
Nobody. No. And guess what? De'Aaron Fox doesn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Maybe De'Aaron Fox wants to come play with Bam instead. That's why I think it's very, very easy to look at yesterday's game and just make the assumption that the Heat have failed their fan base, that they should be tanking, that they should purposely miss the playoffs this year. There's proper arguments for all that. But yesterday, you don't equate what the Spurs look like to just look tank. You see what happens when you tank? Because you look like an effing idiot. Look at the Washington Wizards, who haven't won a playoff series since like 30 years before I was born, and they haven't had a winning season my entire life.
But they had Bradley Beal.
Look at look at the Sixers, who tanked for a decade and missed a lot more times than they hit, and they haven't gotten out of the second round.
Drafted a guy with no shoulder.
They haven't gotten out of the second round ever. So don't just assume that you tank and you're the Spurs, because you sound like an effing idiot.
All right, we got to do headlines because Joe Zagaki is going to join us, and it took us a little while to get the technical issues resolved in this first segment, so we will talk about it throughout the afternoon. Baseball is back, by the way. Opening night live on Netflix is tomorrow. Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees clash with Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants. MLB opening night. Yankees, Giants, live on Netflix tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Headlines brought to you by Durrell Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Durrell Kia or DurrellKia.com.
The Heat are the 9 seed after yesterday's loss. There are 10 games remaining in the regular season. At Cleveland tonight, or tomorrow, and then at Cleveland on Friday as well.
Oh, what's the record to get us out of the play-in?
It's not as impossible as you might think, because the Heat still play the Raptors 2 times, who they're chasing, and they still play the Hawks the last game of the season, I believe. So they play 3 teams ahead of them. Orlando's been losing a bunch. The Sixers don't have Tyrese Maxey, and Joel Embiid doesn't play.
Also, they could end up the 11.
No, they can't.
I think they could. Theoretically. I think mathematically they could.
If the Bucks want to win. The Bucks are waiving players that they signed 2 weeks ago.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen yesterday. You want to talk about a team that's in active tank mode. Who'd they waive? It was Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas.
But it doesn't make any sense. I've never seen that before, because they just picked him up. He was waived by Brooklyn a month ago.
But they were speaking glowingly of him.
They pick him up. His first game, he dropped like 42 points for them.
Yeah.
And they're technically still in it, but yeah, they're trying to sit Wemby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, trying to sit Giannis. But by waiving him today, it's past the deadline, so he can't play for anybody.
Right.
So like you never see a team do that.
Right. Maybe they didn't like him. Something transpired.
Locker room cancer.
Yeah. Hard to be a cancer though that quickly. I'm not even kidding. We were there like 3 weeks.
Maybe he tried to kiss somebody in the locker room, like our old detective.
Like allegedly Christian Wilkins.
Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know. Something serious enough that
Right, but Hoch, if I tried to kiss you, like that's it, I'm off the airwaves forever.
No, I would kiss you back.
I'm uncomfortable.
Why?
I don't want y'all kissing.
Why?
Let's just keep this professional. No kissing. No kissing at work. No kissing at work. Keep your hands to yourself.
Brother? Yeah, what's your problem with that? It's called flipping the script.
Hey, those are your sports headlines. All right. The Panthers, they do host the Kraken tonight.
Yep, Doug PlleGens going to join us.
Yeah, that'll be a 7 p.m. tip-off. Ruben Bain was supposed to meet with the Dolphins today. You had pro day out yesterday, but there was a bunch of stuff happening at the University of Miami today. I heard
Spring practice was today
with Joe and Jay Lucas was out there as well.
Party.
It was.
It is. Athletics department party going on at Coral Gables.
Actually, should be.
Should be. You outperformed the entire season. Unlike the Gators, 1 seed, lost in the second round of the tournament.
Our football team, we played lacrosse while everybody else is playing football.
All right, guys, your weather in South Florida right now, it is partly cloudy. It's currently 83 degrees. That weather report brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
All right, Joe Zagaki is going to join us in the next segment. Cheetah Pompano, what a great spot to watch a game or a fight or a tournament game. You can watch all the tournament games at Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. It is slam dunk season, so make plans to watch the games there. Of course, Cheetah Pompano has the amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. This coming Saturday is the Rodriguez Charities 7th annual poker tournament at the Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. 100% of the proceeds from the event are donated to local charities. There's $10,000 in cash prizes. It's a $200 buy-in, and there will be bounties for knocking out certain players like me. So you want to, I don't know how you get, sat at a table. You want to get sat at my table because trust me, I'm a very easy out unless I flop some great cards. Because I'm going in, Jack. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I've got. I'm going in. So you can collect that bounty if you end up at my table. It is this Saturday, Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. Hope to see everyone there. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. Get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
All right, I'll start with Chuck here. Chuck in Miami Gardens.
What they do?
That's for you, Crowder.
WQAM
Our guy, Joe Zagaki, is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, voice of the University of Miami. Like I said yesterday, one thing ends, another begins. So Canes basketball gets eliminated from March Madness, but Canes football is underway, spring practice. Yesterday was pro day, so we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of balls in the air when it comes to sports. I say there's a lot of balls in the air.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? And I think today, if I saw Joe Zagaki's tweet correctly, I think today is Don Bailey Jr.'s birthday. Is that correct, Joe?
That is correct. Yep, it's his birthday. Yeah.
How are you celebrating? You taking him out? You get him anything?
Well, I know how he's celebrating. I'll be celebrating with a Mark Lake shake because I have a baseball game tonight.
How does he celebrate? Half off laminates?
How does he celebrate? He takes like a 800-mile bike ride from Vero Beach to I don't know, Cocoa or someplace. He and his lovely wife Priscilla, they get on they take a bike ride, grueling bike rides against the wind. And
hey Joe,
celebration.
Joe, this is a thing we have going in the show for years. Do you buy another grown man birthday gifts? Because I think once you're out of your teenage age, you don't buy people birthday gifts anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I buy another grown man a birthday gift. Actually, I was trying to sort out. My daughter just got married, so am I still responsible for her birthday dinner?
Yeah, once your daughter, always your daughter.
Yeah, but shouldn't it be my son-in-law's job now?
Right. No, now unfortunately you have to take both of them to dinner.
That's on him, Joe. We differ in this as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk Canes hoops first, Joe. Fantastic start for Jay Lucas. The first season over-delivers. And they got the win against Mizzou. We haven't talked to you since then, I don't think. And then hung in tough. I think hung in tough against a 2-seed Purdue. Ultimately, Purdue outlasted them. But what were your thoughts on the 2 March Madness games that we saw?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to be back in March Madness. I thought the Missouri game on Friday was a heck of a win considering the circumstances. It was a Missouri home game. And when Miami came out on the floor, they received a very loud round of boos. And when Missouri came out, the building was shaking. So it felt like this was a big-time basketball game. Miami had a chance to put Missouri away early in that game. They were up 10. Probably should have stretched it to 15 or 20, but missed some shots with 7 minutes to go. The game was very tense and spicy, and then Miami took complete command of the game down the stretch. I thought it was a great win. And then on Sunday, again, Miami was outmanned in the stands. Purdue's been a top 4 seed for 9 straight years. So that's a great program they went against. And with about 6 minutes to go in the game, that's like a 4 or 5 point game. And then Purdue stretched it to 8 or 9. Miami had the ball and turned it over, and Braden Smith got a layup on the other end. And so with about 5.5 minutes to go, I think they went down 9. And that became insurmountable, even though I think Shelton Henderson had a chance to cut it to 2 points with about a minute to go. He had the ball right on the baseline and was rising up for a slam dunk, and he lost control of the ball and went, way up in the air. But that's a good Purdue team, had a lot of weapons. They got a couple of big 3-pointers by kind of role players. Cox hit a 3. He got injured. Harris came in and hit a 3, but the guy Miami couldn't stop was Fletcher Lawyer, who scored 24 points. He missed one shot all day. And he walked off the floor with the upside-down U, so I hope Purdue loses in the next round.
Hey, Joe, you talking about Purdue outmanning them. I heard Jay Lucas on with Joe this morning, and he was honest. It's what you've been saying. They're a paint team, get to the line team, physical team. He was saying we have to, extend the floor, get some shooters and all that stuff. How many people, how many guys does that, encompass? Like, is it 2 more guys or 3 more guys that you could put a team together that can compete with the Purdue's and these teams that did get to the Sweet 16?
Yeah, well, they probably had the right mix this year, Chang, what they did miss really was it would make it easier to get in the paint if they had, a sniper from the outside, and they thought they had that in two foreign players, Dovrat and Malovitz, but those guys never consistently hit three-pointers for them, and those guys seemed to be that if they missed early, they had a tough time overcoming that, and so the Miami depth was really, they played 6 players. Shelton Henderson played almost the entire game, went 39 minutes and 38 seconds. Renew went 36 minutes, and Donaldson went 37. So they were missing, I think, not so much the muscle on the inside. I think they were missing just somebody that the opponent had to respect on the outside. Purdue had Lawyer on the outside, and Miami had to pick their poison. Were they going to guard Lawyer on the perimeter? The guy had made 54 threes since February the 1st, the 4th most in the country. He made 102 during the course of the year. So do you let him shoot free or, try to guard Trey Kaufman, Ren one-on-one? Unfortunately, both guys hurt him. Ren was not as tall as Renew, but he had the girth. And both those guys for Purdue hurt Miami. I think if Miami had another sharpshooter on the outside, that might have opened things up a little bit for Renew and Donaldson to get inside, and maybe might have made it a little bit easier for Uday as well.
Hey, Joe, just because you had mentioned the upside down U, does it bother you more that they're doing the upside down U, or the fact that they're doing the upside down U wrong? Because they just use their index fingers and their thumbs.
Yeah, he looked like he gave the upside down U for Utah.
Right. Nothing bothers me more, Joe. When fans, people who claim to be fans of Miami will throw up the U in pictures, and you see, and they're doing the U wrong. But it also bothers me even more. If you're going to trash talk and you're going to go out of your way to throw shade, do a little bit of research. Get the right U. Understand how to do it with your hands.
Well, here's how I looked at it. Fletcher Lawyer walked off the floor. He had a great game, 24 points. He did the upside down U that looked like Utah. So I just looked at it and said, he's a jackass.
Wow. All right. Well, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Short and sweet, right?
Yeah, short and sweet. I don't need anything more than that. Joe Zagaki's with us. Yesterday was pro day at the University of Miami. Was Ruben Bain the star attraction?
I think he was, yes, for the scouts. I think he had a good day. Keontae Scott had a great day running. I actually, I did this a couple years ago, and it was not good. They didn't have, good enough players. I think I told you this. They had guys dropping the weight bar on their chest and guys trying to run the 40 and pulling hamstrings. It wasn't a good representation. Now, the last 2 years have been outstanding. And yesterday, I thought, man, this is great for the University of Miami. It's great for the players that were participating. It's really good for the program for guys that will come in, or even the juniors that are watching this. It shows how much progress they made. But I think there were a lot of eyes on Ruben Bain. I think he showed his power. I think Scott showed his speed. I think Carson Beck had a good day throwing the football. He's trimmed down like 15 pounds, so he looked good. I don't think there were really any disappointing stories from Pro Day yesterday. I don't think anybody really hurt themselves.
I was going to say that, Joe. Did anybody take their stock up or stock down? Because my thing with Pro Days and Combine is they're trying to find a issue with you, like the whole, Ruben Bain has little arm stuff, where the hell, he's the best defensive player in the nation, but they want to find something. Did anything happen that you were surprised by? Some guy benched 225 7 times and he was supposed to be a power guy?
I don't think so, Cheney. I think most of the guys, I'm not an expert on this bench pressing stuff, so I defer.
Well, allow me to weigh in then, yeah.
Yeah, you and I, Hoch, sure. But I would say that most players hit the, whatever the average was from the regular combine. I don't think anybody at Miami went below the average. I think a few guys went above and beyond, but I don't think anybody really missed the mark. And, this Ruben Bain thing, listen, go put on the Texas A&M film and watch Trey Zune, who was 6'6", 319 pounds, was supposed to be the greatest offensive lineman. Zune, I imagine he's got long arms. And Ruben Bain went right by him. And then, the Ohio State game, Seyerfeld, I think his name was, Austin Seyerfeld, redshirt sophomore. He was supposed to be great. Ruben Bain went right by him. That would be good enough for me. And like I mentioned, Keontae Scott, I think he turned in some really good times running. But Jacoby Thomas had a pretty good day. I don't think it was disappointing in any way. But for Mario Cristobal, I think he's proving a point. They're going to have three guys, I think, drafted in the first round. Maui Noah looked good. Mesidor, I had a good day. But I thought the real winner was Mario Cristobal and the University of Miami. They made kind of a statement on, look at the talent that we put together here. And by the way, you'll be back next year to watch the next group of guys.
You said Carson Beck looked good at Pro Day. We were talking about him yesterday, like where he falls in quarterbacks available. And the websites we looked at yesterday all had him as like the fourth best quarterback available coming out of the draft. That sound about right to you?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I like Beck because he's 6'4", 6'5", and I just like tall quarterbacks for the NFL. I think the NFL's played by big people. He looks over the top of defensive linemen, and they are really. And I don't know if there's been a player that was more polarizing in college football this year than Beck for a variety of reasons, whatever it was. But I think he proved he can manage the game. I think he's proved that if you put him on the chalkboard, which they will, walk you through that, they're not going to. He's not going to come up with the wrong answers. He's going to give them the right answers. He's going to execute probably any offense that he's in. I think he probably needed to play with a little more confidence. I think there was a little self-doubt with him through the year, and maybe he was streaky when he was hitting his passes. I think his confidence started to swell when he hit a cold front. I thought he became maybe a little bashful with his passes. Those things probably can be overcome at the next level. And I think really all he needs is a chance, but I think he's going to stick around the NFL some way, shape, or form.
Joe, today is National Cheesesteak Day. And I know you said you're going to the Canes baseball game tonight. You'll have a Mark Light shake. Will you enjoy a cheesesteak this evening?
Probably not this evening, but I do like cheesesteaks.
You do? So where's your go-to? Where's the best cheesesteak in South Florida?
Okay, there's a little place in Hollywood, like 64th Street would be east of 441, called Sonny's. Been there for a million years. They're from Philadelphia. They're always packed. Small little cheesesteak place called Sonny's. And the owners are from Philadelphia. I used to take my dad there all the time, and they have great cheesesteaks.
Somebody messaged that to me on Twitter today, because I put out every year. I put out on Twitter. It's just it's a piece of advice. My wife is from Philadelphia. Ketchup should be slathered all over your cheesesteak, and there are certain people, everyone, who's outraged by that. And I was curious, but somebody had said to me, try Sonny's in Hollywood. Do you put ketchup on your cheesesteak, Joe?
I probably do.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I put, steak sauce on it. Sometimes, Hawk, if it's made the right way, then you don't need it.
Well, to make it the right way, it needs ketchup.
Well, that's your opinion.
Well, no, it's fact.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
No, how long have you known me? Don't you know my opinion is fact?
I've known you long enough that if I try to argue with you, it's like banging my head against the wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've heard that from my wife.
Welcome to my life.
I've heard that from a number of people around the area.
So I pretty much just go, it's Hawk's world and let him live in it.
Yeah. All right. But you do endorse ketchup on a cheesesteak.
If you say so.
Well, no, I want you to say so.
I think it depends.
I want you to say, I'm Joe Zagaki, and I approve that message.
Okay. I'm Joe Zagaki. I endorse ketchup on a cheesesteak.
There you go. There you go. That was
Anything
fantastic.
to get me out of the argument.
That's exactly my wife's approach too. What can I say to get out of this argument? She'll just say, "Hey, just tell me what to say at this point so I can be done."
Like, there's no sense in arm wrestling with you. Just as soon as you start, if it's an arm wrestle, I just let it go.
Right.
You win.
You're more man than me.
Joe, will you order the Joe Z when you get the Mark Light shake?
Well, the Solana. What else do you think I would order?
Well, don't give me sass, Joe. I'm just asking because
sass.
Coachell,
what are we, famously, Little House on the Prairie here? Don't give him any sass, John Boy.
Well, I mean,
and I know John Boy was on the Waltons, not Little House on the Prairie, but I couldn't think of a character from Little House on the Prairie.
Joe Z sounded disgusted with the question, but Coachell famously told us he doesn't order the Coachell.
He didn't even know that there was a Coachell menu item.
Well, I would order the Joe Z, not because it's a Joe Z, but I like the ingredients. So, yes, I like the ingredients. It's a hot fudge sundae. So if I was to go to any ice cream place, my go-to things are for ice cream are, if I'm on the beach, Hollywood Beach, there's a little ice cream place on Hollywood Beach that I like to go to that has soft serve ice cream, and I get chocolate vanilla swirl.
What's the name of the ice cream place?
It's called the Hollywood Beach Ice Cream Place.
And Joe, do you say I want the Joe Z or you say I want the me? I want you to say I want the me.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, so then at Mark Light, I don't really ever go down to see Mitch to ask for the Joe Z because the line is always so long, and I just count on that somewhere during a game he's going to bring me a Joe Z, which normally happens.
Are you on the call for like ACC Network tonight?
That would be the case, yes, sir.
Right. So he wants a little love on ACC Network. He's going to bring you, on College Game Day, they fly the guys on a private jet, right? So this is your private jet, a hand-delivered Joe Z shake.
Right. And then, don't tell anybody, but then I keep Mitch there and put him on camera so that I will continue to be rewarded down the road.
Every time I go somewhere where I get comp tickets or whatever, I always tell whoever's with me, we got to take a picture. We're putting it on social media and we're tagging it. Because if you want to keep getting these free tickies, I know how to do this.
Well, people in the media, we love free stuff.
That is true.
Did y'all hear Joe on ESPN with the tournament games?
No.
Yeah, your voice was on ESPN for the Purdue and the
highlights.
Yeah, on the highlights, Joe, they were playing your voice. I heard it a couple times and got happy. That's my boy.
I know they did during the playoff, during football playoff.
Yeah.
I actually heard it enough that I kind of got tired of it.
Nobody does, Joe.
Nobody would get tired of your voice. Certainly not us. But we're tired of you today, Joe. We're done.
Okay. You wore me out, Hoch, with the catch-up.
Have a good broadcast tonight. We'll watch you on ACC Network.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Who are they playing tonight?
FAU.
Oh, is it up in Boca or down in Coral Gables? Well, I guess if you're getting a shake, it's got to be down in Coral Gables.
Good deduction on your part.
I make the big bucks, Joe. All right.
Smarter than people think.
We'll see you, Joe.
All right.
There you go. Joe Zagaki, voice of the University of Miami. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more Hochman, Crowder, and Solana.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
This one time at band camp,
We back at it with the steady, Hotman, Crowder, and Solana. 305, cafecito time, dame una colada. Got some interviews next, always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right, talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like the Mad Murders bomb off power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for that 3 o'clock.
All right.
Ready for that 3 o'clock.
I'm ready for the 3 o'clock hour.
You ready for the 3 o'clock?
Anybody else ready for the 3 o'clock hour?
Me as well.
All right. Solana, you ready for the 3 o'clock hour?
I don't know. I could take another break.
Jimmy, you ready for the 3 o'clock hour?
This is the 3 o'clock hour.
All right. Well, we petered out there at the end. I'm used to doing it. So,
Jimmy just woke up.
I don't know if you guys saw this. Well, a couple things. There is some breaking news. Now, I see they're doing it on ESPN right now, breaking news, but I had actually marked this during the interview with Joe Zagaki. Shams had tweeted out a little more friction between the Bucks and Giannis. Here's a statement from the National Basketball Players Association on the Bucks' desires to shut down Giannis, who wants to play. The player participation policy was designed by the league to hold teams accountable and ensure that when an all-star like Giannis Antetokounmpo is healthy and ready to play, he is on the court. Unfortunately, anti-tanking policies are only as effective as their enforcement. Fans, broadcast partners, and the integrity of the game itself will continue to suffer as long as ownership goes unchecked. We look forward to collaborating with the NBA on meaningful new proposals that will directly address and discourage tanking. Now, here's the funny thing to me. That shows you maybe a little bit of friction between Giannis and the Bucks, which we knew. Here's the interesting thing to me, though. The players are being roundly criticized for taking nights off.
Mm-hmm.
Teams are being criticized for tanking. And here's the Players Association kind of going, hey, we're not tanking, you're tanking. And there's a really funny thing going on there. Every side now is culpable, and each team is different. Some teams are tanking with the players' help. Other teams are tanking without the players' help. There's a lot of issues going on here, but this is bubbling to a head in the NBA. There is active tanking going on, and now you've got the NBA Players Association calling out a team saying, hey, your anti-tanking efforts aren't working because we got an all-star who wants to play.
They're going to get hot with Giannis about this.
Well, it's a good off-ramp for Giannis and the Bucks because now Giannis, who wants to be the good guy, can say, I wanted to play. That's how much I love Milwaukee, and that's how much I love this organization. I wanted to play, but how can I continue to play for a team that won't even let me take the court when I'm ready? Like, he can be the good guy to the fans now. I wanted to come out there and entertain you who bought tickets, who watched the games. I'm a Buck.
Yep.
And then they wouldn't let me. I find it to be a very interesting off-ramp for him.
And we were talking about the Spurs earlier and how they, didn't luck up on Wemby. They strategically got the first pick to get Wemby and change their organization. So those fans that are upset about the tickets, like you're talking about this, there's a lot of sides of this. Because the first round pick, the first pick of the draft, Cooper Flag, you bring up Share, who he ain't worth a damn. But Wemby, Pablo Banchero, Cade Cunningham, Anthony Edwards, Zion, DeAndre Ayton, those guys change your organization. So you're mad that Giannis isn't playing, but if you can go get a guy to change your organization or bring in a better player, you would be happier, like you say, in 3 or 4 years. The players don't want to play every night because we have back-to-backs. The NBA PA now is saying the teams are now trying to tank and mess over their players. The tentacles of this are crazy.
There's a problem. There is a festering problem in the NBA with tanking. It's going to have to be addressed.
Giannis has played his cards very well in Milwaukee, by the way, because you're right. He's created an off-ramp. But now, no matter what, he's an unrestricted free agent for next summer.
Mhm.
So he'll enter his last year under contract after this season. And the Bucks have made it very clear. You either sign an extension or we're trading you.
We're not going to get something in return.
We're not going
to
to lose nothing. We're not going to get nothing for you if you decide to leave us in free agency. So now he's done two things where he looks like the good guy and the Bucks look like the bad guys. I'm trying to play, and they don't want me to play. They want to lose on purpose. Also, this summer, hey, Giannis, sign this extension. Well, no, like, where's the contending team around me?
Hold on. I have breaking news here. United Airlines just tweeted out, and I know there's a lot of airport problems. This has nothing to do with this. United Airlines is now selling the entire row to you. If you want to buy the row, it's called United Relax Row. 3 adjacent United Economy seats with adjustable leg rests. So the leg rests come up to be the same height as the seat, and they will give you a mattress pad and a blanket.
You got a little twin bed.
In economy, though, but you get all 3 seats, and you have a little twin bed.
Oh, I love it.
Look at this video. This is incredible.
Huck, I would rather have a row to myself than sit in first class.
Why?
Because in first class, you still have to sit up. You can
Literally
recline.
Sleep in these. It comes with a mattress pad and a blanket.
Y'all know I fly 4 times a week. When I luck up on an entire row and I can lay down long ways, it's better than first class.
And usually they don't want you to. In this, they're inviting you to.
But if you're going to pay for 3 seats by yourself, you can afford to pay for a first-class seat. And it's not just first class. It's those seats that recline into almost like a lazy boy.
No, not all first-class seats.
No, you're talking about JetBlue Mint.
Okay.
Not even JetBlue Mint. Like if you're flying internationally, you can get a pod.
Correct. But if I'm flying, it's not just internationally. If you're flying, 2-3 hours, you're not spending the money for a bed for 3 hours on an airplane.
But we're not all like you.
And to be honest,
Crowder,
three seats are cheaper than first class.
If I'm you don't know what they're going to charge for it. Like you don't know. My guess is it's going to be less than a first class seat because first class comes with upgraded meal service, so on and so forth. This isn't because you're in economy. But me though, I never fly a red eye. I would fly a red eye from say Vegas or LA home if I could lay down on a mattress.
But those planes, my point is that those planes, when you're flying 5+ hours, Miami to California, Miami to Las Vegas, Miami to the West Coast, those planes, they have the business class that has those seats that can recline.
No, they recline, but they're not the sleep seats. They're not. They're not.
I do this. I just came.
When I flew to Vegas, I upgraded for $400, which I'm not very proud of, but I did anyways, just to have one of those seats. So I know I've flown on American to Vegas, and I upgraded to have one of those seats.
But those are not lie flat seats. They're not. That is not a lie flat seat.
Huck, I don't need to argue.
That's what I'm talking about.
But it's a lazy boy, basically.
It's a reclining seat. It's a reclining first class seat.
But it doesn't lay flat. It just fold. It does this little 6-inch fold back.
Right. If you like when we flew to Japan, we did the pods and they lie flat or whatever. But you don't have that domestically.
My point is that that's more comfortable than 3 seats on an airplane where you can't even extend your legs the entire way.
You don't have to. There's buyers and sellers for every market. You happen to be wrong on this. These are more comfortable than the first class seats.
I don't know. You're Wimby? What, you 6'7"? What are you talking about? You can't extend your legs.
Yeah,
if I can't extend my legs, Crowder, I don't know what the hell you're gonna do. You're 6'4". Like you're gonna be curled up in the fetal position on a plane for 5 hours?
I'm not in a womb. I'm on 3 seats laying across. I do it all the time.
Sounds terrible.
Well, you don't have to.
Sounds amazing to me, Hawk. And I'm a United guy. I have United points and all that stuff. I'm gonna get me a mattress.
Where do you fly United? I never fly United. Only to Chicago.
United to Jersey.
O'Hare,
Lauderdale
right?
to Jersey has a bunch of flights. United.
Yeah, their big hub is O'Hare United. Anyway, you were saying about Giannis. I just got sidetracked by that.
I don't know. I don't remember my take.
All right, the other thing that I was going to mention, did you guys see, you ever watch this golf league on ESPN? I told you that they have it up in Jupiter or North Palm Beach, and I looked at buying tickets, but they were
the simulator.
well, it's kind of a simulator, but then when you get to the chipping game, it's live, and the putting game is live, but it's a league. It's a golf league. Tonight, Tiger Woods is playing. He's not just coaching his team, he's playing, which might lead one to believe. I don't know if you guys are aware. There's a tradition unlike any other, which is next month at a little place I like to call Augusta, Georgia. And there has been a little scuttlebutt that Tiger might give it a go. And this would be the first little step towards that. I'm just telling you, tonight, Tiger actually playing in, what's the golf league called? Do you know what it's called?
PGL.
ISL.
Is that what it is? PGL ISL? I did watch it once on ESPN. It's interesting.
Don't you have to qualify?
Yeah, Tiger Woods has to qualify for the Masters.
But
no, I believe if you've won a Masters, you automatically I do believe that there's certain buys. You do. I know Tiger, if he wants to play in the Masters, is able to play in the Masters because he's been talking about potentially playing in the Masters. So it's not. He wouldn't need to. You would need to qualify. Tiger Woods does not need to qualify. TGL, the golf league. Is that what that is?
I don't know if that's what it stands for, but I would bet a lot of money that GL is golf league.
Right. So the golf league.
Yeah.
Is that what we're thinking? I don't know.
Tiger Golf League.
Oh, even better. Is it the Tiger Golf League?
No, I don't believe it is. So he's going to play for the first time.
Yeah. He's been coaching,
Yeah.
but he hasn't played. But I'm telling you, I believe this means he's going to play in the Masters.
It stands for Tomorrow's Golf League.
It does?
Yes.
Tomorrow's Golf League?
Yes.
What a terrible name. This thing's never going to work.
It is an awful name.
Bad marketing.
Are you sure, Jimmy?
Yes.
Yeah, it
Tomorrow's Golf League?
Tomorrow's Golf League. I like it.
It is better.
In future of golf.
Yeah,
indoor golf.
The future of ice cream. It's been the future of ice cream since 1983. Like if this golf league is really going to be around, you're in 2090, we're going to be calling it Tomorrow's Golf League.
I'll call it TGL.
I'm out. I thought it was exciting. I'm out on this.
You're done.
I love Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, but it's no longer the ice cream of the future.
Oh, they don't call it that anymore?
No, but they shouldn't. They do. It's stupid. How can it be the ice cream of the future 40 years after it was invented?
It's delicious.
You know what I mean? It's not the ice cream of the future anymore. Anyone on earth is aware of what Dippin' Dots are.
We're in the future.
They have reached the future. Yes.
I got you.
Can I maybe upset you with another take that you're going to call stupid?
All right.
I personally, I love Tiger.
Somebody texts in, by the way, if you've won a Masters, you can play in the tournament for life. That makes sense.
I'd rather Tiger not participate. Why are you laughing?
You know, every Masters is made better if Tiger, every golf tournament is made better if Tiger is participating. The Masters especially. And there is a finite time that all of us have on Earth. All of us have a finite time on Earth. So for you to have any opinion that a tournament, the Masters especially, is somehow better without Tiger in it is a fireable offense. But go ahead, finish your thought.
I need to hear it, Solana. Let me get it.
I mean, what are we doing with Tiger at this point? He should be in the TGL. That's fun. He can compete in the charity golf tournaments. That's fun. Hoch, he won the Masters in 2019. That was his last hurrah. That was,
you're deciding?
We're giving us...
You're deciding that was his last hurrah?
He can't compete at that level anymore. We know it.
You didn't think he could compete back in 2019.
And he pulled it off.
Well,
he pulled it off.
And he pulled it off. He won by 18 strokes.
They almost have to take off his leg since then, Hoch. They almost have to take off his leg.
The drummer for Def Leppard doesn't have an arm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I just think, look, sometimes Michael Jordan, did we really need him in a Wizards jersey? No. Like, he was done. We didn't need him in a Wizards jersey. All it does is it removes greatness from the all-time greats. And we don't need him to play in the Masters. He's accomplished everything. Go play in the charity tournaments. Go do the
but
events.
I want to watch him play in the Masters.
But he's not going to compete.
Yeah.
He's just
You
not.
don't know that.
The last couple times, he hasn't even made the cut.
I know. I watch.
You can't though, because golf is. I'm with you. Shaq in Phoenix, the big cactus. He couldn't even bend his knees anymore.
In Boston, like what? Like know when it's your time, man. Know when it's your time.
Jack Nicklaus and those guys. Who's the big guy that's always wearing the colorful clothes? John Daly.
Yeah.
Like he can still play golf. Like age doesn't set golf like other sports.
In golf, you're 100% correct. And George Foreman won the heavyweight title in boxing when he was like 55 years old.
Yeah, golf is different.
You do get to a certain point, age-wise, where you're just not the same golfer. And I'm not saying Tiger Woods isn't still a legendary golfer.
Yeah, but look at
the
the ages of Masters winners over the years. I don't think he's anywhere near the ages.
Remember,
It's not just his age, though. It's his age on top of the fact that he's not playing consistently at that level to where you have to go win a Masters. And Hoch, he had a legitimate, serious injury. He almost lost his leg. Like, he's just not the same guy. There's a reason why he's not playing at that level anymore. I'm not hating on Tiger Woods, and I understand what you're saying. The appeal makes all the sense in the world to me. The greatest player the game has ever seen at the world's greatest course, he wants to play, let him go play. That's fine. If he wants to play, go play. But you're setting yourself up to be disappointed because Tiger's not going to play Saturday. He's not going to wear the Sunday red, and it's just going to be disappointing.
Solana, so you want some 21-year-old from Singapore to take Tiger Woods' spot?
The notion that Tiger Woods is an automatic cut is absurd because you're suggesting that Tiger Woods doesn't know what he's capable of out on the golf course. You're suggesting that Tiger Woods has deluded himself, even though he knows what his body can or can't do, has deluded himself so much that he's going to shoot a 25 over par, which is what you're making it sound like, and have no chance to make the cut. And I'm telling you, if Tiger has decided he might make a run at the Masters again, it's because he thinks he can compete.
Hoch, his last PGA event win was in 2019 at the Masters.
I'm aware.
He's not the same guy, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Not the same guy is a totally different argument than can he make the cut? Because if you tell me that Tiger is in the Masters on Saturday and Sunday after not having been in 5 years, 6 years, it's going to be the highest rated Masters of all time, and everyone's going to be rooting for him. I'll bet you right now, what do you want to bet? That he makes the cut. If he plays, that he makes the cut.
$100.
Okay. $100.
All right, fair.
Done. Because I'll bet on Tiger on a golf course any day of the week over your bozo opinion when you have no idea.
I don't, but I do know that he hasn't been playing golf at a high level. I do know that he's not the guy that he used to be because of the accident. And I do know that he's still beloved. He's still the greatest golfer I've ever seen, maybe the greatest athlete I've ever seen. All those things can be true. I also don't want him to enter a tournament just for the sake of entering a tournament if he can't actually compete in the tournament.
Oh, you think he's in danger of doing that? You think he hasn't thought that one through?
No, I'm sure he has.
What is he knocking? Who's he knocking out? The 80th best golfer?
It's not about that, though. It's not about that. It's about watching a legend in my eyes do something and fall extremely short of what he once was. And I don't want to see him go out that way. Like, I don't want to see Tiger Woods struggle through the Masters on Friday and miss the cut badly because I don't want to see a legend go out that way.
But what happens when Rory McIlroy misses a cut during a tournament?
But there's a difference between somebody having like Rory McIlroy, who won the tournament last year and who's playing at a high level,
but
having won a one-off where they're not good and they missed the cut, compared to a legend who hasn't won anything in 6 years, and now because, hey, why not? I have an open invite to the Masters. I'm going to go play the Masters, and he's not playing at that level that he's supposed to be playing at to go win the Masters.
How do you know though?
And what's he going to shoot? He's going to shoot what, 45 over?
That's what I'm saying. Like how do you
It's
know?
not 45 over,
But how do you know? In other words, how do you know how he's playing right now?
Well, I don't.
Well, that's the part that's a little confusing. To me.
I understand that, but I mean, we all follow golf loosely here. Have you seen Tiger Woods compete for any PGA event over the past 5 years and almost win it?
No.
Anybody?
Oh, Solana.
Okay.
But I don't
He's
understand.
not competing in any of these events.
But I don't understand what you're doing with that. I don't understand what you're doing with that. He's arguably the greatest golfer of all time.
No doubt.
And there is, with you having zero knowledge of his rehab and how he's playing now, you would acknowledge he's probably got decent doctors and decent rehab.
The best.
Okay. And you have no knowledge of what he's gone through. Rehab-wise.
None.
You are 100% certain that arguably the greatest golfer of our lifetime is incapable of playing 4 good rounds of golf.
I'm not 100% certain. I'm just telling you that I have a strong feeling that Tiger Woods goes to the Masters and we all hype up Tiger Woods playing at the Masters. We all fall in love with this idea he's going to go on one final unbelievable run again like he did in 2019, and it's going to fall wildly short of our expectations, and it's going to be a bummer to watch somebody who's that great and that much of a legend
Doesn't bother me.
struggle at the Masters. And that's fine. Like, you can
struggle.
Is he going to beat Scheffler and Fleetwood, McIlroy? I don't think so, honestly. I think he's too old. Can he compete? And are they going to have the camera on him every single time he hits any ball off that damn grass? Yes, and I want to see Tiger swing the club again.
So the greatest to ever do it is going to enter a tournament to have fun? Like, that's the idea
It's
here?
not to have fun, but you're saying he's
supposed
going
to
to struggle. And so what are you saying? He can't drive the ball anymore?
No, like, I'm
so
sure.
What is struggle to you?
It's the fact that this is the
if he doesn't
he
win,
was a killer.
He struggled.
Tiger Woods was a killer. And if he was entering a tournament, you expected he was going to go win. And that was always
so
the goal.
You wish LeBron was out
Tiger
of the league.
Woods. LeBron's still playing at a high
he had
level.
0 points at halftime yesterday.
So?
Well, he was struggling.
LeBron James is still playing at a high level and is still
but he hasn't
capable
won a
of helping a
championship.
team.
You're holding Tiger to a way different expectation.
I'm not.
You're saying if he doesn't win, he has struggled.
Look at what Crowder just said. Is he going to beat the Schefflers? No. Is he going to beat the McIlroys? No. But, he can still go out there. It's like, okay, so now
I asked you a week ago, can LeBron and the Lakers compete to get out of the West? And you said no.
But it's different. It's a totally different sport.
How?
Solana.
Because
So
he's not on
Augusta,
the team.
The greatest or the second greatest of all time can no longer compete with the champions. You want them out.
But you're comparing apples to oranges. LeBron James is on a team, which, by the way, I feel differently about that answer. I think they can compete if Luka's playing at that level. But LeBron James is actively in pursuit on a team right now to go win an NBA title. And if his team falls short of that, it's not because LeBron James isn't capable of being on a title-winning team. His abilities still put him in that conversation. I don't believe Tiger Woods does. And I don't want to see somebody who I idolize, who I loved watching, who was always expected to win, enter a tournament for the sake of entering the tournament. If he doesn't actually have a chance to win, and you might be right about that. Maybe he does, and I have no idea. But the way Crowder just explained it, and I think it's the way you were talking about at the very beginning, which is Tiger at the Masters Thursday and Friday. That would be so much fun. For what? Because he's out there swinging a club.
No,
Masters.
Solana. He's not shanking it into the houses.
I'm not saying
no. That's what you're acting like. Okay, so par is. I just looked it up. Solana
and go in the tournament. So if Tiger Woods, could you imagine if Michael Jordan had come back and he's like, I'm gonna go plan a team, and whatever happens. Like,
that's what he did.
Right, but when he joined the Wizards, the idea was still to go win an NBA
And you don't
title.
think Tiger's idea is to win?
I don't. I think Tiger's idea
so Solana, I didn't know these numbers. I just looked it up. McIlroy, a 64, 8 under par. The Masters a 72 par course. You think Tiger's going to hit 106
That's not what I'm saying.
But is he going to be in the 70s?
No, I mean, I'm just telling you that
you're acting like he's going to embarrass golf. Like he's going to go out there and embarrass golf with flip-flops on.
You're saying that he's going to embarrass himself.
I'm not saying that.
You're saying if he doesn't win, it's not worth him being out there.
If he can't compete at a level,
you're saying if he can't win, he shouldn't be out there.
If he doesn't actually believe that he can win,
he believes he can. You believe he can.
Well, does he? Well, does he?
You don't think he's one of the greatest athletes of our lifetime.
Agreed.
You think he doesn't think he can compete against the best?
I think Tiger Woods knows the game as well as anybody and understands his own limitations at this point of his career. It's like Mike Tyson, arguably the greatest boxer to ever live, arguably the baddest man to ever step into a ring. When he stepped into the ring with the Paul brother, I don't know what his name is.
So you're saying Tiger at the Masters this year is Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul?
It makes no sense.
The second Crowder goes, so you're saying you say something that I never said.
But that is what you're saying.
I'm not saying
Mike
Tiger
Tyson Paul.
You're comparing it to Mike Tyson in an exhibition for Netflix. This is an actual tournament, the most important tournament in the sport.
Correct.
And you're saying Tiger knows less about his capabilities than you do.
I'm saying if Tiger Woods is entering this tournament and isn't actually
but
going
why
to
would
compete,
he do that? He's a great athlete.
Because Tiger Woods, like anybody like yourself that loves golf, would love to be back at Augusta.
He
would
could
love
play
to be back
Augusta
at the Masters
every day of the year if he wants.
But it's different than actually partaking in the tournament. And Hoch, he's not competing in any other tournament. You don't other than TGL, which we didn't even know the name of the tournament.
But that's the exhibition. So that's the example. What he's doing tonight is the exhibition that you're talking about with Tyson and Jake Paul. That's what tonight is. And if he performs well and feels good, you're suggesting he's incapable of knowing whether he can still compete at the highest level, which he probably has a better feel for than you. Would you acknowledge?
Well, maybe.
I mean, that's absurd.
It's really not.
You're suggesting that Tiger Woods is the most tone-deaf athlete of all time.
What are you guys doing?
Because you're suggesting.
Why do you take it to another level?
Because you're suggesting.
No.
That Tiger Woods would compete in the most important tournament, knowing that he's 25% capable of what he once was.
Yes,
I'm telling
you
that. And I'm telling you, no great athlete does that to themselves. None. Zero.
Crowder, you said, can he compete with the best players in the game? And I don't think anybody believes Tiger Woods can compete with the best players in the game. So our expectations for him are to go out there and just play golf and look okay and fine. And look, that's great. I'm sure it'll be fun to watch Tiger Woods back at Augusta, back at the 17th green, back at all the spots that we saw him win the tournament and have unbelievable memories of. That's great. But if we're watching the greatest to ever do it, enter tournaments, and our mindset is, well, hopefully he can make the cut, then he probably shouldn't really be playing at that tournament anymore.
Okay.
He should just enjoy
Solana. I'm looking at Solana. I am currently looking at the 2025 Masters outcomes, right?
Yeah.
McIlroy won it. Justin Rose, Scheffler, all those guys. DeChambeau, 7 under.
Bryce.
What about the other 95 guys that played? Did they think they could win?
Well, they deserve to be there.
And Tiger doesn't deserve to play at the Masters?
That's absurd.
I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it.
Well, then
he
why
has
did you just say that?
No. He's talking about the other guys. They deserve to be there, and that's great. They're playing.
What did they earn? What did they didn't earn to be the best golfer of all time? Nick Dunlap. Who the hell is Nick Dunlap?
Tiger's won the Masters, and if they're going to give him the opportunity to go play the Masters now because he's won it whenever he wants, then fine. He should take it. That's
he played last year. Who was that? You know him? His name is Nick Dunlap.
How's the golf
American.
course playing, by the way? This truly is, as somebody has pointed out on the chat, your worst take ever.
You're turning it into anti-Tiger Woods, and I'm the opposite. I'm actually
You're such a Tiger Woods fan that you don't want to see him play in the Masters.
I am such.
Okay.
I want to see
We
dominant.
get the
I want to see
headlines.
old.
Because I
let's
want
get
to
to
take my
Tom
head
Gentry.
against the wall.
I am such.
Don't you
a
love
fan of
watching
Tiger Woods?
Tom Gentry play?
And I
You
have
love him, huh?
such unbelievable memories of Tiger Woods that I don't want to see him at the Masters go out sad. I don't.
It's just such a dumb take. It's just so dumb. I don't even know what to do with how dumb that is.
How about Phil Mickelson that didn't make the cut? That's 5 years older than Tiger. How about him? He
Phil
didn't make the cut. He's 5 years older than Tiger.
Great picture.
That's a weird picture.
Just Solana, 5 years older than Tiger, didn't make the cut. That's what you're saying.
Phil's playing. Phil's playing still. He's still on the circuit. He might be playing with the Saudis, but he's still playing weekly. There's a difference. Like, how could you guys pretend like there's not a difference?
Hopefully they'll do, because they do a million different feeds for the Masters, right? Where you have this camera and that camera, whatever. Hopefully they'll have a feed that doesn't acknowledge Tiger being out there for you. That way you can watch the Masters the way that you want, which would be no Tiger Woods. So I just want to make sure I have this correct. You're on the side that the Masters is better when Tiger Woods is not golfing.
This year?
Every year. The
I'm talking about this year.
The Masters would be better this year, 2026, if Tiger Woods is not golfing.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Your headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
I just had to get that out. I'm glad we glad we discussed it.
You honestly should have your head examined.
Terrible.
John Ruth texted me. Jack Nicklaus made the 2000 Masters cut at age 60. But that's not good enough, John. Mm-hmm. If he didn't win the Masters that year, which he didn't, he shouldn't have been out there.
He's slowing the game down. They can't even keep the feet up.
Let's look up what he was doing in 2000. Had he been playing before that? Like, was he still playing in other tournaments?
Let's give him a call. What was your daily routine in 2000?
Hello, Jack. And by the way, if Jack Nicklaus wanted to play in the Masters this year, I'm okay with it.
I'm cool with that too.
And if Jack Nicholson wanted to play in the Masters, I'd watch that.
But you see, like that's my problem. Like you just want the show, you want the celebrity.
No, I don't want the show. I want Tiger Woods in the Masters. That's it. That's literally it. Okay. I want Tiger Woods in the Masters. Okay. I wouldn't mind seeing LeBron in the NBA Finals, just because. That's right.
Okay. I want to see.
Right. I like watching the legends compete.
Greatness.
It makes it more fun to me.
And you have every right to feel that way.
Right.
And if Tiger does play the Masters,
my point is,
and he goes on an incredible run, I will root for him.
You have no right to feel that way.
I'd watch Bagger Vance playing the Masters.
The Heat, they got blown out by the Spurs. They're showing the highlights of yesterday's game, and it's just Victor Wembanyama doing whatever he wants against the Heat. Oh, here comes Jaime Jaquez Jr. Oh, you're going to pump fake, are you? You're going to pump fake on Wemby,
but
are you?
The funny thing is you can pump fake him out of his shoes, and he still blocks it. It's what he does is remarkable. Yeah. But
Alien.
I hope he doesn't play anymore because I want to remember him. I want to remember him after this game. I want to remember Victor Wembanyama after this game. Yeah. And I don't want to see him play anymore because I don't want him to tarnish any memories I might have because he may not have as good a game as that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to rewatch the video of that entire segment when I come out of the gate with I have a take.
No, but the thing is,
the disgust.
But the thing is, as bad as I thought it could be, this was 1,000 times worse.
Never thought it was gonna go there.
Right? In a million years, I couldn't have thought of a worse take than this. Tiger Woods could go out there, hole number 1, and launch his drive, not hit the ball, and launch his driver into the fairway. And I would go, I cannot wait to watch his second stroke.
Can't do that.
Like there is a finite amount of time that we're going to have to watch these top athletes play. And the notion that somehow it would be more pure if he didn't go out there.
He's just not a top athlete anymore.
If Dan Marino wants to get under center, I'm telling Malik Willis to sit down.
100%.
The Panthers.
And if Falero wants to come back here and take your job, it's an open door.
The Panthers, they host the Kraken tonight at 7 p.m. That'll be at the Amerant Bank Arena.
All right.
Bob starting in this one?
He is.
Huh.
I was so excited about that United Airlines thing. You have just ruined my day.
Well, I mean, that's dumb too. Genuinely, that's dumb.
All right. So laying down on a flight and sleeping on a mattress, that's dumb. You're better off when you can't recline and you're sitting at a 90-degree angle.
With your knee rubbing against another grown man's knee.
Sit down on a flight. Sit down. Like that. That's what the aircraft was built for. Sit down on your ass, back to the damn chair, and enjoy the flight. Or pay for first class. I don't know what else to tell you. Like what?
You don't lay down on first class. You don't lay down on first class.
You know what this is going to be? This is going to be like the guy, probably me, back in the 80s, 90s, going, what the hell would I need a beeper for? I'm not a doctor. I don't need a beeper. And all of a sudden, I've got 3 beepers in case the other 2 break. and I need to know what's going on that weekend. Solana, 3 years from now. Oh, honey, you want the 3 lie flats? Okay, got them. Because why would we fly without the lie flats?
But why not just have one airplane? Like United, they have several airplanes, right?
Just finish the headlines because I can see is already your whole, like you are winding up here for another dumb one. So
build an airplane 4 beds instead of use the current
he's about
airplane.
To say, why doesn't the airplane just have one airplane with all beds was going to be his take. And obviously you can't do that. Bed bugs.
Your weather in South Florida. Hadn't considered bed bugs.
What are you flying tonight? Oh, I'm flying Mattress Firm. I'm a freaking flyer.
Your weather right now in South Florida, it's 83 degrees.
Somebody puts on the chat. We're about to get. Oh, wait a second. We're about to get a long break. Yes, but not this break. Wait till we come back for the next segment, which is going to be 30 seconds, and then you're going to get a 15-minute break.
Your weather, it's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimates. 83 degrees right now in South Florida.
All right, let me talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic. Low testosterone is a real issue for a lot of guys. Can lead to poor sleep and low energy and brain fog, and a reduced sex drive makes it difficult to stay in shape. That's why I talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic. I was there today, as a matter of fact. I go on Tuesdays, get a testosterone shot, do it once a week. And I've been going to Atlantic Men's Clinic for over a year. I am legit thrilled that I do. Wish I had started sooner. Everyone there is super nice, too. It's just a nice experience. By the way, you don't have to go there every week. You can do the shots at home if you desire. But I come into the studios on Tuesday, so it's very easy. They have a location in Boca. But if you're feeling sluggish, you just don't feel like you used to feel, I recommend Atlantic Men's Clinic. More than just testosterone, Atlantic Men's Clinic can help men lose weight, support metabolism, improve gains in the gym, and more with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. With the low-T treatments combined with the body composition programs, most men notice real improvements more energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, often a renewed sex drive as well. So set up a consultation with Atlantic Men's Clinic. Like I said, everyone there is super friendly. They have 7 locations in South Florida, so certainly there's going to be one near you. Call them 877-455-7300, 877-455-7300, or you can visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Were we supposed to have a guest on this hour? No, that just hit me.
Talk about it Tuesday.
So when do we have? We have PlleGens coming on in the 4:00 hour. I just had a panic attack that we we had a guest coming on this hour. What was I saying? Atlantic Men's Clinic. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm the hottest chick in the game right now, man.
In my
Solana trying to make it even worse by playing Wham Rap coming out of the commercial break.
That's like 6-year-old bit there.
Trolling level in high degree right now. The only thing I wish is that I had come up with that Tiger take. That was, and I know I'm looking at the texts, the tweets. I gotta. I'm looking at my tweets, which are outrage about my cheesesteak, putting ketchup on a cheesesteak. I just got a tweet that says, just got in my car, and my guy Solana is already talking nonsense without even knowing what was said. I know it was a garbage take. And you are correct. It was a garbage take. But that was as enjoyable 40 minutes of radio as I can recall. Like, it wasn't like our Zion argument, I felt had real anger in it. This was more disbelief. I just cannot believe someone wanting to watch the Masters without Tiger versus watching the Masters with Tiger. No qualifiers, no context. The Masters is always better with Tiger Woods in it. Period. End of story. You can't argue it. And he found a way to argue it and then double down on it and then entrench himself more in it.
I wanted to hear it, Solana. I was with you. I didn't snap immediately, but it was crazy.
I mean, I just don't want to watch Kitty Cat Woods.
All right.
Like he's
right,
Tiger.
All right. Yeah, we got you. Okay. There's a guy in here. His name is Keith. I have no idea who he is, and I don't know if this is a poisoning, but he has brought us 6 giant crumble. Oh, there's Keith. I see him on Jimmy's camera right there. He does look crazy in what he's wearing. This guy could be a crazy man. But he has brought us crumble cookies. Solana brought us cheesesteaks from Hungry Bear in Kendall, which he has raved about. And now you're going to put video. You had me do a taste test. Where are you going to put that video? On your social media?
Should I put it up on social media? What do you think?
I said on your social media. I didn't know where you were putting it. Was my
of course I'm going to put it up on my
but on
social
yours,
media. Yeah.
All right. So follow Solana, Alex M Solana, Instagram. I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, I'll throw it up on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. So Alex M Solana. So we had crumble cookies. We haven't eaten any yet, but we're going to. And Hungry Bear Philly cheesesteaks, and they really were good. Here's the issue. Solana puts tell Crowder, we're out of time, but tell Crowder what your Philly cheesesteak order is.
It requires more context than this, but fine. I'll do it the way you want to do it. Steak, cheese, provolone cheese, onions.
Provolone.
Okay. Salt, pepper, oil, vinegar,
tomato, and lettuce.
What?
It literally makes no sense. No one on earth has put oil and vinegar on a Philly cheesesteak. This is bizarre to me. Now, he did bring one that didn't have that. So I had the one that didn't have that. But that he says that's the default at Hungry Bear.
No,
You're
it's
a
not.
serial killer. Oil and vinegar?
It's not. I don't ever get oil and vinegar on a cheesesteak. I don't really put oil and vinegar on anything anymore because I just don't like the oil that they use.
I like
at these
oil
places.
and vinegar on like a turkey sub. I like that.
On a cold cut.
Because it's a drier meat. So you need the oil. Cheesesteak is already moist.
But the lady looked at me when I ordered the first sub, which was going to be for whoever. She looked at me and she said oil and vinegar, and I panicked and I was like, sure. And so she circled it and she put oil and vinegar on it, and it is what it is. But I never usually, but I do put lettuce and tomato on my Philly cheese every single time.
Do you know how to be a customer? You don't let them bully you into buying what they want you to get.
Also, hand me a 20. All right, here's a 20.
You got this customer server thing wrong.
And how do we know this guy, Keith? How did this guy get up here with the cookies?
I thought you knew him.
Is he a listener? You're a listener? Long-time listener?
Yeah.
It says long-time listener.
Keith is we call him P1s around here.
He's a legit everyday listener.
Everyday listener. And
you vetted him, though?
No.
All right.
I'm not eating those cookies.
Please don't stab Jimmy.
Well, I think he wants Jimmy's job.
Oh.
I think that's what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But he invited me to be in his fantasy football league about 6 years ago, and I begrudgingly
Oh, so
said
you've
yes.
known him for 5-6 years?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Have you ever won the league?
No,
I think I got
way.
second place this year, and I think I did win a couple years ago.
You would know if you won.
Yeah. He says I won. I don't think I ever won the league.
The funny thing is, this whole time he thought you were Jeff DeForest. All of a sudden, I'm disappointed he is. All right, we got to take a break. 4:00 hour is next.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana show.
Ain't no way Solana got a degree.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass
Love today's show. Just having fun. Bam, bam, All right, I'll give you the stock market report. Start out the 4 o'clock hour here. That's sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Wall Street gave back a little bit of what we gained yesterday. Dow Jones down 84 points. That's just a fraction of a percent. Not even. S&P 500 down 25 points. And the NASDAQ down 184 points, which is 0.75%. So not a green day on Wall Street, but palatable. Baseball is back. Opening night live on Netflix is tomorrow. Aaron Judge and the New York Yankees clash with the San Francisco Giants. MLB opening night. Yankees Giants live on Netflix tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Marlins open on Friday, by the way. Oh, he's drinking a Pib. Mr. Pibb Punchin' Peach. So I haven't gotten that because I only drink the zero sodas, and I haven't seen that in zero yet. How is it?
I haven't seen it in zero either, but it's Mr. Pibb is making a run at old Dr. Pepper.
So I watched the Scottie Pippen Pib commercial yesterday, and he does refer to Pib as Pip throughout the commercial. And he's like, Pips used to be in number 2, and Pip's always kind of accepted, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, like the voiceover is like, it's Pib. It's Pib. It's actually a funny commercial. Scottie Pippen, deepest voice in all of athletics?
Oh, he got Shaq?
I think so. He's got an abnormally deep baritone voice.
Yeah, I think that's insecurity. That's not his real voice.
Is it insecurity or is it like,
Yo,
yeah, we know it from Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yeah, it's pretty good though, man.
Pib is good, isn't it?
Yeah, they got a bunch of flavors and all. Like they're not making it, a secret that they're going after Dr. Pepper. Like they're just doing the same thing they're doing.
I think I read Dr. Pepper is like the second most popular soft drink right now after Coke. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Does it go? That's something. He says it's a put on. Well, I'm not certain.
Yeah.
Let me ask Claude real quick. I want to get back on track here. What are the top selling sodas in America in order?
The top-selling sodas worldwide are Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Sprite, Fanta, and 7-Up. Coca-Cola dominates the market by a huge margin.
Fanta.
Get rid of that. I have the actual answer here.
Fanta.
According to a recent poll in 2025, the top U.S. carbonated soft drinks in terms of volume share of carbonated soft drinks sold, Coca-Cola Classic ranked number 1. Dr. Pepper by a wide margin, by the way, 19.2%.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper is number 2, 8.7%. Sprite just behind at 8%.
Right. So if you're looking at Dr. Pepper going, wait a second, that's kind of outlandish. They're the second most popular soda. We're not going to unseat a cola. Let's ramp things up with Mr. Pibb. We've got the antidote to Dr. Pepper right here. Mr. Pibb's been around forever. It's not new. It's just always been considered, cheap version of Dr. Pepper. But I think Mr. Pibb is better than Dr. Pepper, even though I'm drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper right now.
Well, first off, you put your nose up at Fanta. I think it's my people that are keeping Fanta at number 3.
No, I think it's worldwide. I'm gonna go more Asia and stuff.
No.
I don't think that's not on the U.S. list.
Fanta?
I don't. Yeah,
that's Kenya. That's Kenya and south of Africa.
Oh, you might be right. Yeah, you might be right.
Why?
Why what?
Like, why would it be South Africa and Kenya?
Okay, well, you didn't get it. Black people like fruit sodas.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I don't know if you were really confused or like. Do you know what Fanta is?
Yeah, orange soda.
Yeah, well, orange, grape, cherry, strawberry.
Yeah, but like the
Pineapple.
OG Fanta, which I love, is orange.
Right. What's got the best orange, though? Is it Sunkissed,
No, it's Fanta.
Knee High?
And
Crush.
it's Fanta.
Oh, Orange
Ooh,
Crush.
Crush.
But Fanta has the entire spectrum, though. They got the grape. You just said it. They have like
I think all
12
of
different
them do.
flavors.
Doesn't because Orange Crush, Grape Crush. Does Knee High
Nobody
still
likes
exist?
What's knee high?
No.
Use your context clues.
No.
There's no Knee High anymore?
I haven't seen a knee high in years.
Yeah, currently owned by Dr. Pepper.
Originated in the United States in 1924.
Yeah, been around a long time.
Yeah.
That was the year Hawk was born.
Oh, they do. I have seen Knee High. It has new bottling. It has. See, I've seen this. You just wouldn't recognize that label.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. See what the best-selling orange soda in the U.S. is.
And to the point you're talking about, the marketing out of Fanta is.
Yeah.
The marketing out of
Fanta, Sunkissed, which is owned by Keurig Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And Crush, which is owned by Pepsi Company.
No Knee High, huh?
No knee high. I did find a ranking of orange sodas if you'd like it.
Yeah. The best orange soda is Stewart's Orange and Cream Soda, which is available at Cracker Barrel. You know, Jimmy,
in
right?
The bottle. In
Yes.
the bottle.
Yes, the Stewart's Orange and Cream Soda in the bottle. There is nothing better. On the Jersey Shore in Wildwood, there's a Stewart's restaurant, and you can get that stuff by the gallon, man.
Yeah.
That's on this list.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is Jupina on the list?
Jupina is not on the list, but Jarritos Mandarin soda is on the list. Nothing I love more than going to like a Mexican restaurant and getting a Jarritos. Fire. And the first place on this list, of course, is Fanta.
So what is the list? Is there 10?
Yeah, there's 10.
Give me them real quick.
All right, here we go. Zevia Orange Soda is number 10. Poppy Orange Soda. I love a Poppy.
Oh, everybody's hot on Poppy.
Yeah, the prebiotic.
That's that weirdo stuff.
It's not weird at all. It has prebiotics.
No sugars too.
No sugar.
Yeah.
The Poppy old school cola flavor
Tastes like cola.
Tastes like original Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Way healthier, of course.
Weirdo.
Can't wait till Asia buys a box and then he's drinking them.
No, until the Pivot has a partnership. Yeah.
8th place is Sunkissed.
Okay.
Orange soda. 7th place is Trader Joe's sparkling tangerine orange beverage.
Oh. All right.
Probably
I've
Dr.
never been to
Chuck
Trader
has that.
Joe's.
I'm not a fan. Lori loves Trader Joe's. Not my thing.
TJ's is the best, man.
Yeah. Lines are long. I don't. I'm
crazy. The parking lot's insane.
But isn't that conducive to a great supermarket? There's a lot of people outside. There's a lot of commotion. There's long lines. Like
You're saying it's indicative of a great supermarket. Yes, it's indicative of popularity. I just don't get it. I walk in there and I don't understand what the hubbub is.
Yeah. And then I go in Publix. I can go in Publix sometimes and don't see another human other than the cash register person.
My biggest problem with any grocery store other than Publix, there's no lottery machine. If I'm going to the grocery store, I'm getting tickies. That's what I'm talking about. There's only one way to combat the stock market right now. Let's get a lot of lottery tickets. I got so mad at Cash Pop this morning. I can't win this friggin' game. I am. It's impossible how many Cash Pops in a row I've lost. It's just not even possible.
Why don't you start with the scratchers?
I know. I feel like that's an admission that I've really turned a corner into degeneracy.
Oh, I can. if I go to a gas station or buy a gas station, I'm going to get me a $20 scratcher.
I know.
All right. Stewart's Orange and Cream Soda is 6th on this list. Crush Orange Soda is 5th. Polar Orange Cream Soda.
Sounds good. 4th
place. Evolution Orange Squeeze Soda. I've never heard of.
Never heard of it.
Jarritos and Fanta.
All right. Let me give you an abbreviated 15 minutes of heat because we have talked plenty of heat today. Brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. There was a funny email to Ira in the Sun Sentinel. How does Kel'el Ware have his best stretch of the season and then become unplayable? And it is interesting, right? It's curious. And Ira says, because the NBA is a marathon and it catches up to players who do not have or show the motor needed to endure. And that was kind of the knock on him coming out, correct?
Yeah, coming out, the big knock on him was that lack of energy, lack of effort, lack of
an 82-game season will exacerbate that. Ira says the defense was such on Monday night against the Spurs that it again became difficult for Eric Spoelstra to have Kel'el Ware on the court, even in zone defense. The Heat would steer attacking players toward Kel'el and then no resistance at the rim. Again, he's young, so perhaps this benefits as a teaching point, is what Ira says.
Listen, motor doesn't have an age. Honestly, skill and, development and all, but to have a motor, you were born with a motor.
Man, if you want that second contract, the big contract, you can use that as a teaching aid. No, hey, my minutes are dwindling. My playing time is becoming non-existent. Like, I don't want to flame out in this league. Like, it could be a teaching moment.
And it's so obvious. Solana, remember a couple months ago you were telling me with Bam and Ware on the court, they had a crazy plus minus and all those analytics you were talking about. He just falls off.
Well, it was the opposite way for the majority of the season until about mid-February. And then they had that breakout game against Houston together on the floor. They had been playing a little bit better before that, but it was great. And then he had that monster game against the Brooklyn Nets. Remember we were talking about
that was the game where we were like, turning point. This is the dude.
And then since then, I'm not kidding, since then, because the next night the Heat go play in Charlotte and they win that game in Charlotte, but he didn't really play that much. Since then, he has not been the same guy. And he's just not consistent. I don't want to crush Kel'el for yesterday because one, it's Victor Wembanyama,
right.
But also he's not why they lost the game. He's
no. The emailer's greater point was, hey, what essentially after the Brooklyn game, like what happened?
Right. But I saw some stuff yesterday that genuinely what made me scratch my head. Like, you're telling me Luke Kennard is going to Luke Cornett is going to out-rebound you twice on the same possession for an offensive rebound?
Like,
for the San Antonio
impossible
Spurs?
If you're hustling.
Twice.
Impossible if you're hustling.
Keldon Johnson is going to run right through your chest, and you're a 7-footer that's supposed to be a rim protector. Keldon Johnson is going to run right through you, and you're going to give him zero issues to go get a layup. Like, there were certain things yesterday that, really upset me about Kel'el. Again, I'm not blaming a loss on him, but yeah, my bigger issue, Hawk, a lot of Heat fans just throw out, Spo doesn't play Kel'el, that's why this team's no good. And if you really think Eric Spoelstra hates Kel'el Ware, that's why he's not playing him, you're missing something there, man. Like, he's not sitting him because he hates him. He's sitting him because he's not consistent enough to be out there.
I told you earlier in the show, that game last night was won out of the womb. Their parents were more athletic than our team's parents. They are more athletic when they were born, and they're going to be better basketball players for the rest of their lives. That was a roster problem we had last night.
But to the point of what the emailer had asked Ira and to what Solana's saying is Eric Spoelstra's watching the game as well. And he's going, I can't have that guy out there. I can't have, like, I see him, like, I can't have him out there. And it's not because I don't like him. It's because I'm looking at this. It's impossible what I'm seeing.
But look how excited y'all got about the Houston and Brooklyn game. Do you look at the other games when you're like Spo's watching him get his chest broke in half?
It needs to be consistent. It needs to be consistent because when he's doing if he was playing like he was playing against Brooklyn, dude would be, I mean, out there 48 minutes.
Yeah, but doing it against Brooklyn's one thing. Doing it against the best teams in the NBA is the other. And Hoch, the argument of a Heat fan who wants to see Khalil Ware out there more, even going through some hardships, is, hey, hold on a second. Against Houston the other day, in Houston, he played 4 minutes in that game. They're sitting there saying, hold on a second. So you're telling me we didn't include Khalil Ware in a trade package for Kevin Durant? And then you're playing Kevin Durant a season later, and Khalil Ware is not even getting on the floor? He's getting 4 minutes in that game? So why would we be reluctant to trade him if we're not going to play him and let him, go through the growing pains of a second-year center? And I do understand
and there's
that
an
point.
argument to be made for that.
I do understand that point. But Eric Spoelstra is trying to win games.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's trying to find his playoff rotation. He's trying, this isn't, suppose not in the business right now of, well, hey, this will be good in the long run. Like, he's trying to win games.
Yep.
And to defend Spo, I say it. Spo sees Ware every single day at practice.
Yeah.
It's not like he's holding out on him. He knows what he has. He knows the tool, the weapon he has, and he doesn't want to put that weapon out in the war field.
Anybody go back yesterday? There was one play. Heat are getting blown out. Bam Adebayo runs up the floor in transition off a Spurs miss. This happened late in the second quarter. Runs up the floor, and Wemby's not even in the game. Wemby's on the bench. It's Luke Cornett and Harrison Barnes tracking Bam down the floor so that Bam doesn't get a wide open layup. Bam fronts or posts up Harrison Barnes deep in the low block, right at the dunker spot. Luke Cornett comes to double, and they throw Bam the ball. That means Khalil Ware has nobody in front of him. He stands at the three-point line on the other end of the floor. Nobody's in front of him. What should a 7-footer do when nobody's in front of you? Go to the rim. There's nobody in the paint. He stood there, waited, and you're seeing everybody's waiting for him to cut, and you're seeing the bench. I'm watching it. Go to the rim. And he stayed there. Guess what? The ball found the open guy. What did he do? He clanked the three. Just clanked it. Brick. Like, those are the things that Spo has to be watching. Sub them out on the next possession, by the way. He has to be, he's watching it. He's going, what is this guy doing? Like, that's instincts. You're a 7-footer. The guy who's guarding you went to go guard the other guy on the other end of the floor.
Take your easy two.
Go run. And if you don't get the ball, you don't get the ball. But go to the paint.
All right, let's get headlines real quick because Doug PlleGens is going to join us from the Amerant Bank Arena in the next segment. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
I just read this story. I know we don't get into soccer a lot on this show, but I read a story that I would love your take on, Crowder. This is unbelievable to me. You guys know Kylian Mbappe.
Mm-hmm.
Won the World Cup with France. He's the best player on Real Madrid, one of the biggest transfers ever. He's been injured for a while. How about this from The Athletic? Kylian Mbappe's knee injury. Remember, he's playing on the richest soccer club in the history of the world. So he's not playing for some rinky-dink soccer team. Kylian Mbappe's knee injury was misdiagnosed after the Real Madrid medical staff performed an MRI scan on the wrong leg back in December. When no problem was found after a scan of his uninjured right knee, the 27-year-old featured in 3 games for Madrid before the mistake was realized and rectified.
Stop it. But didn't he know they were imaging the wrong leg, though?
You know which leg's going in that tube.
But Crowder, I've gotten too many MRIs. I'm sure you've gotten 30 times more than I had.
Again, my point of you guys being just falling apart while I'm sitting here healthy as a horse.
You don't put yourself in danger.
I don't know. You guys have been in a lot of tubes.
I still have my knees.
Crowder, you just get put into an MRI machine. Both legs go in.
No, but the one that gets imaged, they have that little cage around. I don't know. You might have had a little, rinky-dink Kindle MRI machine. When you have a top-notch,
you got your MRI at Hungry Bear, no?
No, at Brad, the carport.
Hungry Bear subs and MRIs.
My dentist also does my MRIs.
No, you have it in there. He could sue the hell out of them. You said they're the richest team in the world. He should sue the hell out of them because that's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
That
it's funny.
Insane.
It was it was so Solana, when you had your knee surgery, it was so funny to me. You know, I started having knee surgeries. Hey, Hawk's gonna just eat this up. I had my first knee surgery at my sophomore summer in high school.
You lost the knee battle out the womb.
But they write on
I
your
won the
knee.
health battle on this show out the womb.
They write knowing yes.
A teen baby too, and I'm healthier than all three of you.
They write no and yes on your legs just to remind the doctor which knee is supposed to be cut on. So for a guy of Mbappe, I told you, it's the only soccer jersey I ever bought. My son asked for it years ago. For him to be at that level, that great of an athlete, and them to not know which knee to image, he could sue the hell out of them.
Not only that, he's their best player, and they committed hundreds of millions of dollars to him, and the medical staff is going to be that careless with his care.
That's wild. It's wild.
That's ridiculous.
All right, guys, your weather. I know I didn't give you much headlines, but the Heat lost yesterday. They're 2 games out of being out of the play-in tournament. 10 games remaining. The Florida Panthers do play tonight, by the way. They host the Seattle Kraken at 7 p.m. Your weather in South Florida, it's 82 degrees tonight. The lows, they'll be in the mid-60s, upper 60s. Your weather is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping your home and family stay safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate.
Marlins have announced their new culinary lineup for Lone Depot Park. I'm just kind of going over it a little bit, but one of the new arrivals is Mr. Softy.
And Los Verdes.
What's that?
Los Verdes is like Latin American. Bro, Los Verdes is like a Cuban, Colombian, Venezuelan, all in one, and it's fire.
But like a restaurant?
Yeah, restaurant.
Yeah.
Are they still going to have the croquetas from
Islas Canarias?
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll still have the Ventanita up there, yeah.
Does that mean the green?
The green, yeah. The greens, plural.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mr.
My wife's
Softy.
Cuban.
Good ice cream, man.
Yeah, Asia's Cuban. I know Spanish.
A lot of times, people who partake in the greens will end up at Los Verdes late at night.
Gotcha. Different greens.
I say no to drugs.
Yeah, me too.
The ones Tiger won't be reaching.
That's funny. Doug PlleGens is going to join us in the next segment. We're going to be live at Gulfstream Park on Friday. We are going to do the show live at Gulfstream Park at 10 Palms on Friday. This Saturday, you can experience the 75th running of the Florida Derby at Gulfstream Park, an unforgettable day of world-class racing, elevated dining, and electric trackside energy. There are so many ways to experience the Curlin Florida Derby on Saturday. General admission and walking ring tickets are available still. Seats and silks are still available. There are very limited tickets left for Taste at the Track on Saturday. You need reservations. And unfortunately, reservations at 10 Palms is already sold out for Saturday. But again, we're going to do the show live at 10 Palms on Friday. We will get you in the mood for all the great action on Saturday. It's the Curlin Florida Derby, biggest race day of the year at Gulfstream Park. Also on Saturday, starting at 6 p.m., Gulfstream Casino will be giving away a new Ford Maverick and a share of $20,000 in free play. Earn entries for the new Ford truck all March long, including 5 times entries on Mondays. And Cirque du Soleil, Lucia, is currently playing at Gulfstream Park right now. It runs through April 25th. You can get all the info. You can get your tickets at GulfstreamPark.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Khalil?
On this day in 2005, The Office premiered on NBC. Greatest sitcom in history, I maintain. All right, our friend Doug PlleGens is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Doug PlleGens, radio voice for your Florida Panthers. Panthers host the Kraken tonight at the Amerant Bank Arena. You can hear the game right here on 104.3 FM WQAM. And Doug PlleGens is with us now. Hello, PlleGens.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
How are things at the arena?
Doing great. I'm here. I'm at the arena. It's right now just overlooking, you guys know what it's like when you're here. You take in the feeling of a largely empty arena because the game doesn't start for about 2.5 hours or so. And, of course, in about an hour and a half when the folks start filing in and they'll pick up in here. And we're excited for tonight's game.
And it's incredibly cold when no one's in there. Crowder and I time in the show by 4:37 after we've been there for 2.5 hours. We are cold to the bone, man. We've got one more
right now.
We've got one more broadcast coming up at the arena this year. It'll be sometime in April. What's the mood, PlleGens, around the team? Obviously, it's a lost season, but that's to be expected. All the injuries, no Sasha Barkov the entire season, but they're the defending Stanley Cup champions. I mean, 2 years in a row. Is it still an upbeat group?
You see the pride in this group. They're still going to play this thing out. They're total professionals. They're going to play this thing out right until the very end. And there is still the opportunity to build on something. Absolutely. And, it's just like you said, it's one of those things. You just have all the injuries that have kind of plagued this team. To say they got bit by the injury bug would be a bit of an understatement as far as how this season's gone. But I think you look at it, it's different from a lot of seasons like this would be for a lot of teams because you look ahead and obviously the future is still bright. You have over half of this roster, key players signed for minimum the next 4 to 5 years. And in the case of a number of them, more than that. So I've had a number of people ask me, what's the future of the team like? And the future of the team's incredibly bright. This is a team that, fingers crossed, you have, an off season to get everybody healthy and things like that. This team's going to come back for training camp as one of the top contenders for the Stanley Cup once again. They're just positioned to be that good for a number of years to come. You have a season like this. Sometimes that can happen, but at the same time, the guys are total pros and they're going to play this thing out until the very end. And you won't see anybody take their foot off the gas. And obviously dealing with some injuries here down the stretch, no question about that. But they'll do the best they can to work through it.
Yeah, Doug, I was on some terrible teams, but we were just bad. There was no injuries. We just didn't have players that could beat the other team. But like in the end of the season, you try to, they put some young guys in, they try to figure stuff out. If late in the season, do you try different things with a lineup? Is Paul Maurice going to try different guys, different, lineups, different combos to just see what he has for the future?
I think there's certainly an opportunity to do some things like that. The other side of that obviously complicates it a little bit is just depending who's out night tonight, because this team, you look at tonight's lineup, for example, and I don't have to tell you guys, but you're dealing with a lineup that doesn't have Barkov or Reinhart or Mikkola or Uvis Balinskis or Brad Marchand. You go AJ Greer's serving the first game of a suspension here for this one. So you have a number of would-be regulars up and down your lineup and guys that fill a lot of different roles within this team that aren't available this evening. That does give you an opportunity to, slot players in some different roles, see how certain things fit. And I think that can always be, a valuable learning experience for players and a coaching staff alike.
Hey, PlleGens, I love that the Cats turned it on against Edmonton a couple days ago. And I know that the road trip overall wasn't the best, but is that going to be a rivalry for a long time? I mean, the idea of them getting back to the Stanley Cup final this year doesn't seem like a likelihood, but is that going to be one of those like big time rivalries? You have the Lightning for the Cats and then the Edmonton Oilers. Anytime they play, no matter what happens for the next decade, those two teams want to kick each other's asses.
I think you're always going to have two teams there that are historically tied together. And there are a lot of different ways to look at it. I think with the Panthers and the Lightning, for example, no matter what the situation is, you're going to have two teams that play each other a lot, that have the geographical tie-in, and you have the fans' abilities to, drive back and forth to see the games. And you're always going to have a different level of a rivalry there. But when you have a history in the Cup final with a team like the Panthers and the Oilers have, anytime you see those sweaters matched up against each other, it could be 30 years down the road. And when you see a Panthers logo next to an Oilers logo, it's going to bring back memories for a lot of hockey fans of back-to-back Cup Finals appearances. And who knows, there could be more Cup Finals appearances down the road where the Panthers and the Oilers meet. That could absolutely happen. A year and a couple of months from now. We'll just have to wait and see. But because both teams are certainly still in contending windows. But you're always going to have two teams there that are linked together. I think maybe because I grew up in Michigan, but even to this day, and I know they were in the same conference back then, they're not in the same conference anymore. But when I see a Red Wings logo next to a Colorado Avalanche logo, it brings back memories of some of those matchups that happened a quarter century ago. The faces have all changed, obviously. The names have all changed. But you see those two logos next to each other, and it brings back a lot of memories of big games from years past and big series from years past. So absolutely, I think that in a historical context down the road, decades down the road, when you see the Panthers and the Oilers matched up together, it's certainly going to bring back memories of those couple of series. And who knows, they could be a couple of series, and there could be more to come.
Well, you got Panthers and Kraken tonight, Amerant Bank Arena. You can hear the game here on 104.3 FM WQAM. It's a 7 o'clock puck drop, and Doug PlleGens will be on the call along with Billy Lindsay, I'm guessing, and the regular broadcast crew. Now, I have a couple things I wanted to cover with you before we run out of time. One of them I brought up last week on this show, and I think on this show you are the biggest peanut butter and jelly fan that we have, correct?
I've had two of them today.
There you go. The guy loves peanut butter and jelly. Here's my take, that the Uncrustable is maybe the only food item that you grab out of a box in the freezer that's actually better, superior than if you made said item yourself. So, and again, I don't say directly out of the freezer because it would be frozen, but you have to let it thaw out on the counter for an hour. But I say an Uncrustable is a better peanut butter and jelly sandwich than a homemade peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
It all depends. There's so many different kinds of bread out there, Hoch, for one. It all depends what kind of bread you have and what kind of peanut butter you have and what kind of jelly you have. You can obviously go and just get the Uncrustable that fits your specifications and your preferences. I had an Uncrustable yesterday. I tend to have those in the house often. You ever have the Uncrustables that have like the hazelnut, the chocolate one?
No.
Those are good. Like, I was hungry, admittedly. Sometimes I was hungry. I was at Walmart, and for a snack, because I happen to be at Walmart, I'm like, well, I want to get something that I can take home and, store when I get home, but also that I can have right now. So I bought some Uncrustables, and I ate one that was still pretty frozen, but because it was just the hazelnut filling in the middle, it almost had like a frozen chocolate bar dessert feel to it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a delightful.
I don't know if you've ever had one of those, Crowder or Solana, but I had, when I put that take on Twitter, a few people had tweeted me back, have you ever just had them frozen out of the freezer? And I'm like, no, I haven't. It doesn't seem like it would be appealing.
You sound like a guy who doesn't like the phrase assembly required.
No, I don't mind. I'm just saying I've never had an Uncrustable that disappoints. And not only not had one that disappoints, I've never had one that's even been an average sandwich.
You do get the consistency. In theory, perfect. I could make a big mistake with my peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly.
Human error.
If you don't get the ratio correct. The phone's ringing. There's a big play on TV. You put too much, too little. The Uncrustable is perfect.
The bread's moldy.
The bread is moldy. The Uncrustable is perfect every time.
It's consistent. You know what you're getting out of that Uncrustable box. There's no doubt about it.
But to say consistent is doing it an injustice. It's perfect.
Perfection every time.
Every time.
You put too much jelly Hawk, you put
could.
too much jelly if a guy scores a touchdown?
You could, yeah. You're squeezing the jelly out of the thing, and all of a sudden there's a big play, and you're like, oh my God, you just completely lose control, and you forgot that you were squirting the jelly onto the sandwich. Absolutely. That happens a couple times a week, no?
You know, I am a squirt jelly guy over a scoop the jelly out of the jar guy.
That's crazy.
Yes.
No, that's
Yeah.
crazy, man. That's crazy.
You're putting the knife into the little jar and you're spreading it.
Well, I don't like
Especially when you get to the bottom.
microplastics. I don't like microplastics on my PB&J.
No. Well, I have no answer for that.
No, that is a concern.
I don't care anymore. See, I'm 56 years old, so it's not like microplastics are going to affect my ability to have a baby. I've aged out.
I want you to have a baby.
I got faith in you. No, but PlleGens, you wouldn't agree. You wouldn't agree that the jelly out of the jar, the glass jar, tastes fresher than the jelly coming out of the squirt bottle. You wouldn't agree with that?
You know what? Now I need to, the next time I go to the store, buy a jar of jelly, and I need to revisit this. I was mainly going for ease of distribution.
It's ease of distribution.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily make it better
Well,
taste-wise.
yeah, but it affects the entire
You are much more
preparation.
limited on the squirt jelly. There just aren't as many options on the shelf with the squirt jelly. There are a lot more varieties of jarred jelly, if you will.
Hey, PlleGens, I got to ask you, recently married, did you and your wife have to talk about your food idiosyncrasies some way, because you have very strong food opinions?
Oh, it's a good conversation that we often have, and she has broadened my horizons on a lot of things. I'll give her credit for that. Yep.
Soup? She made you like soup?
No, soup is that's probably an obstacle that we may never overcome. Yeah, soup's a tough one.
Beans.
Yeah. What did she open your eyes to?
Well, for one, just on the topic of Uncrustables, I like to just pull them out of the freezer and eat them, even when they're like still partially frozen. And she has talked me into just let it sit there for a few minutes. That's how you're supposed to have it. It will be better. And sure enough, yes, it is better.
Why are you in such a rush? Just enjoy the Uncrustable.
It goes back to the whole thing about the squirt jelly, ease of distribution and immediacy.
Yeah.
But yes, there are a lot of different things. Different.
You ever put the Uncrustable in the air fryer?
That no, never done that. Is that can you do that?
I don't know.
Can you report back to us next? You got some homework for the next time.
I don't want to ruin my air fryer. You report back to us.
You brought it up.
Well, yeah, but I brought it up to get a rise out of you. All right, Doug PlleGens will be on the call tonight. You can listen to him on this very radio station. Heat and Kraken at the at the Amarin Bank Arena. I almost had you at the American Airlines Arena, which doesn't exist anymore, PlleGens. You were probably thinking, hey, I'm in the wrong spot here. Listen to PlleGens.
That's
tonight.
almost the name of the arena in Dallas.
That's right. American Airlines Center.
Yes.
That's right.
That's the home of the 2006 NBA championship.
Is that where the Stars play as well?
Yes, it is.
We saw a game there, Crowder.
Yeah. Then you made us walk home and almost got beat up by bums.
No, you made us walk home. If you know my background, I take Ubers. I would have had a car service. You made us walk home. All right. See you, PlleGens.
We'll see you guys later.
There you go. Doug PlleGens on the call tonight on this station, WQAM 104.3 FM. 7 o'clock puck drop. Panthers action tonight. What did we say yesterday? They have like 13 games left, something like that.
Yeah.
12, 13 games. We'll take a break. 5 o'clock. Funky Buddha Happy Hour is next.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I have a package of frozen corn dogs in my freezer right now as we speak.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'll bite, Jimmy. I am not figuring out why you are playing Tutti Frutti to kick off today's 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour. Go ahead, Jimmy. Tell me why.
It's a great song.
Oh, okay. Nothing more than that?
Nothing more than that.
I don't believe you. I believe there is a reason that you are playing Tutti Frutti by Little Richard. I want to know why. Why are you playing this song?
No reason. I was like, what? Let me just play it.
There's no way, Crowder. There is no way that he is playing Tutti Frutti by Little Richard without having some. Either you got caught in the air without a song ready. There's no way you're playing Tutti Frutti, which is from what 1965. There's no way you're playing that for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour without it. Jimmy, be honest. Come clean.
Coming clean. I just picked it.
Jimmy,
I picked it before the show.
Jimbo, you Tutti Frutti popped up in your mind on the way in.
I heard it. I was like, oh, let me.
I love it. Little Richard's great. I love the song. It's so out of character for what you normally play that I immediately looked at the show sheet to see what am I missing. But there's nothing there. There's no way Tutti Frutti was in The Godfather.
No, and that makes it even worse. Like on the anniversary of The Godfather and Hannah Montana,
right?
Two classics,
the best of both worlds.
You're going with Tutti Frutti.
All Rudy.
More of that. I'm down with it. More of that. But that was a left turn that I didn't see coming. I'm down with it. Happy birthday, by the way, Dennis Erickson, former head coach, 79 today.
Oh, my son. I know he's old.
And The Undertake is 61.
Who?
It says The Undertake on my show sheet, so I'm going with The Undertake. I also, admittedly, said Heat play the Kraken at the American Airlines Arena,
right?
The last segment. So 5 o'clock hours, the Funky Buddha happy hour. If you're
I would love to see the Heat play the Kraken.
That would be great. At the American Airlines Arena.
Are they playing hockey, basketball? What's going on? I don't know what's going to happen.
Now, the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour at Funky Buddha tonight, they have Texas Hold'em. They have free tournaments coming up at 6 o'clock, then again at 8 o'clock. Sunday, speaking of the Panthers, which we were in the last segment, Sunday at Funky Buddha is the official Florida Panthers watch party. So this Sunday, 1 p.m., and they say on Funky Buddha on Instagram, brunch hits different when the cats are on. Join them Sunday, 1 p.m. for their official Florida Panthers watch party. They're pouring $4 pregame Pilsners and gloves off IPAs. And they have pitcher specials and bottomless brunch. So Sunday, Funky Buddha in Oakland Park, place to be. In fact, if you're going to the Panthers game tonight at the Amerant Bank Arena, make sure you stop by Funky Buddha there, right across from Pantherland. Get yourself a gloves off. All right.
Just be appreciative that we live by Funky Buddha, because yesterday in Memphis, I asked for an IPA and they gave me something called catnip, and it tastes like hydrogen peroxide. So just appreciate we have an amazing beer in South Florida by the name of Funky Buddha.
That's a nice lesson. You've imparted everyone a nice
You
lesson.
want a catnip? I said, was that your only IPA? Yeah, catnip. Terrible. Couldn't even finish it.
A little glass of catnip. End a nice day.
It's terrible
All right, let's
marketing.
get headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour, brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. By the way, Tua had his introductory press conference with the Atlanta Falcons today. Went well. I watched a few clips from it. One of the quotes was, "Last year was not the best year for me. I'm looking for a fresh start. I think the best football is still ahead of me."
Lie.
Yeah, I don't think the best football is still ahead of him, but I do think he could have a surprisingly good second act.
He can never duplicate 2023, but I think he can still be a productive NFL quarterback.
Yes. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
I think he starts next year and wins that job, holds that job next year.
It's possible. I saw they signed another quarterback. I think it was Trevor Siemian.
Yeah. What a QB room.
That was a strong take, Solana, knowing that Michael Penix is in a wheelchair right now.
Oh, okay. No,
double knee surgery.
Tua thinks a lot of people think Tua is a placeholder. Like, until Penix gets back.
Well, I think that's their plan.
Maybe, but I don't think they have a lot of faith in Michael Penix.
Give up on a first-round pick in a season and a half,
right? But they fired.
I mean, it happened. I shouldn't say you don't, because it happened with Josh Rosen in Arizona. I remember, like, it happened sporadically.
I get what you're saying, but they fired the GM that drafted him.
True.
And they fired the president who had hired the GM that drafted him. And I think everybody in that organization and everybody in football, everybody in sports unanimously agrees that giving Kirk Cousins whatever it is that they gave him, a bag, and then drafting Michael Penix was moronic. And on top of that, he hasn't flashed. Like, he's had some moments, but he hasn't flashed as a pro. And he already had injury histories coming into the NFL, and now he tore his ACL again. To me, the writing's on the wall. Michael Penix is out in Atlanta, and they're trying to do what the Dolphins are doing.
But Tua could still be a placeholder, just not necessarily for Michael Penix.
1-year deal, great situation. Drake London, Kyle Pitts. He has the best running back in my mind in football right now. Bijan Robinson behind him. I'm just saying he's not throwing the ball 40 times a game. 17 for 25, 187 yards. Like, just get some third downs, but nothing like no Pro Bowl numbers. I think are never ever going to come for Tua again. To your point, Solana, I think he can start. He can start the whole season, but he's just not going to. Nobody's talking about Tua when they bring up Josh Allen and those boys.
This Kendrick Perkins tweet just popped up on my page, and it's the Spurs. He quote tweeted like the Spurs' last 22 games, and it goes through all their wins. And he says, "I'm gonna have to die on this hill alone. I got the Spurs winning the championship this year. Don't at me and carry the hell on." I want
that hill is populated. That's not dying alone on a hill.
I don't think he fits on that hill.
that hill, like, I would imagine. Let me look in the Hard Rock app. I would imagine the Spurs are top 3, maybe.
Remember when we talked about this early February? They were plus 1,200 to win the NBA title, and I said jump on the Spurs right now because these odds are going to get way worse in a couple months. And here we are. I bet you it's like OKC minus 120, and then San Antonio plus 100 at this point.
I mean, does this hill have a ski lift on it? Because how is Perk going to get to the top?
So OKC is plus 135. The Celtics are plus 550. And the Spurs are plus 600.
Oh.
Nuggets are plus 800. Cavs plus 1,400. Knicks plus 1,500. Bulls are plus 500,000. That might be worth.
Big win yesterday.
Big win over Houston.
Yeah.
That's a hill you're going to die on, Hawk. You all by yourself. You are lonely on that hill.
You have any like cutesy T-shirts you want to come up with? Because maybe Perk wants to jump back on the hill with you.
Man, that was some run that we had.
Yeah.
What was it? Them Goons?
Them Goons from Dade County.
Oh, man. What was the website? I forgot.
It was your website.
I know.
Wasn't it?
What was it?
Honkedofflikeagoose.com.
Is that what it was? Yeah. Honkedofflikeagoose.com.
Yeah.
I still have my shirt. Yeah, I still got mine somewhere.
Yeah. Those were better days, man. Tariffs killed us. Put us out of business.
Where's my shirt?
Anything in the headlines?
I swear I had a laundry list of headlines today. I've gotten to none.
All right.
Absolutely none.
Give us a few real quick, and then we'll get to Joe Zagaki.
I didn't really have anything prepared. No, I'm just joking. The Heat, they are the 9th seed. They're going to play in Cleveland tomorrow and Friday. The Panthers host the Kraken tonight at 7 p.m. Cristobal talked about Darian Mensah today glowingly, the Canes' next quarterback.
Spring practice. One of the reasons we're talking with Joe Zagaki, spring practice. Tutti Frutti, by the way, came out in 1956. It wasn't even the 60s. 1956, Jimmy.
Deep cut.
What did you hear that on today that made Like, what were you listening to?
I don't know. Like on the way here, I just heard it. I was like,
But where? Where did you hear it?
in my car.
Right. What were you listening to? What station?
My Spotify.
Oh, okay. All right. Just asking.
Hey, Jimmy, was it better times when they had 2 water fountains?
From Adam Schefter, the playing rule proposals submitted by the NFL Competition Committee for consideration by clubs at next week's league meeting. Here we go. Number 1, permit the kicking team to declare an onside kick at any time during the game.
Makes sense. I mean, listen, if you want to have an onside kick. Why do we have to wait till, what was it, like 5 minutes left? You have to be down double digits or something? I don't know.
Stupid.
Who was it? The Bears that won the Super Bowl? The surprise on New Orleans surprise on side.
Yes, New Orleans beat the Indianapolis Colts coming out of halftime with the surprise onside kick.
Yeah,
but you still can't surprise it though because you have to declare it.
I know it's silly. You can't. There's something tactical to that when you're playing a great offense to get another possession. It's so stupid.
Let's be honest. All these new kickoff rules are stupid. Just go back to what it was.
Well, I do like the landing zone. Because if you get it in there, you have to return it.
It makes the kicking position more valuable.
Oh, does it? Oh. Whoa. How much time do we have here?
The distance.
Walked yourself into that one, didn't you? Why'd I become Keith Jackson? Why you walked yourself into that one? We got a humdinger.
The separation from the blockers to the coverage team does help with the head injury thing. It makes more sense.
Oh, for sure. No, this is 100% safer.
Yeah.
I'm willing to sacrifice that for.
No, I am as well. It's like, listen, I'm all for the sea turtles, but not if it affects my straws. Right. I want plastic straws. I want good kickoffs. So
there are
not to get dark. I was friends with Junior Seau, fellas.
Well, how many kickoff coverages was he on?
Not many.
Yeah,
and you were on a lot. You're all right.
Huh? I don't know who y'all are half the time.
There are 5 more proposals. I'll read the other 4 tomorrow, or you can just look them up yourself. And you don't have to wait for me to read them to tomorrow at 2:00. Your weather in South Florida.
That was it? That was the string of headlines that you had?
Well, we're up against it.
No, I understand. I just thought that was funny that your string of headlines was a kickoff.
I have several more. That's just brand new stuff. Right. Sam Amick in The Athletic about LeBron's future widely believe that he's not going to be back in LA next year.
That I buy.
And the 2 teams everybody's talking about, the Cavs.
Unless they have an amazing playoff run. No? Yeah. Wouldn't that like one more season, Cleveland, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to play in Cleveland again.
So Cleveland, if they win the title, though, would he leave and go to Cleveland?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's Luka's team now, and it's time for him to go hit the bricks. Yesterday, after the game, he's talking about, well, I'm playing the role that my team needs me to play. Like, it's pretty clear he's not happy about being second fiddle to Luka.
All right.
The big MLS news: Orlando City signed Antoine Griezmann.
I saw that.
Antoine Griezmann, legendary French player.
Look at that tiger walking in. Looks pretty healthy to me.
Look at that. Look at that gait he has.
Yeah.
Little kitty cat Woods. And finally, Italy's espresso machine. Team Italy from the World Baseball Classic. After every home run, they'd fire up a little espresso, and the player who hit the ding-dong had to drink the espresso. It was sold at an auction yesterday. $16,510 somebody paid for the Italian espresso machine from the World Baseball Classic.
Genius. If I had a coffee shop, I would say you can get an espresso from the same machine that Team Italy got. I would double charge the espresso. People would line up around the block.
The Marlins, as an organization, as a team, will fail the fans this year if they don't have an old Cuban lady named Margarita
You're so right.
in the dugout
Yes.
Making shots
Yes.
of cafecito
Yes.
after every single home run.
You are 100% correct. And a guy rolling cigars.
What about the athletic disadvantage of dehydrating yourself?
Who cares? It's all about the show. The athletic disadvantage of dehydrating yourself. What's this guy talking about?
Baseball.
Shooting caffeine and sodas and all. You don't drink that during a game.
First of all, if you're playing for the Miami Marlins, drink cafe.
Yeah.
And second of all, 99% of baseball players have sunflower seeds in their back pocket and are all taking 18 Zins per game.
Yeah, big league chew.
But sunflower seeds, big league chew, and Zins don't have caffeine in them.
Yeah, it's fine. 99% water.
I don't think it is. I don't think that's wrong.
Your weather in South Florida right now, it is partly cloudy. It's 83 degrees and very sunny. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid-60s. This weather report, it was brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
Joe Zagaki is going to join us in the next segment. I want to tell you about my good friends in the amazing award-winning team at Doral Kia. Whenever you want a low price, you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Take advantage of a Pricito now on all your favorite new Kia models like a Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5, Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia today. We bought our son DJ his Kia K4 at Doral Kia. Mitchell, the king of Kias. He is in charge down there. He makes it a great experience. If you are looking for a car, a Kia, or any of their pre-owned vehicles, Mitchell, the king of Kias, will take great care of you, as will his entire team. They've got easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money because you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
You're not going to learn anything about sports on this show. I'm sorry. You're not. But I know McDonald's.